is a rhythm, patience, a sound. I breathe between the bars of now and next. I'm trading futures, sharing time, fading lines through liquid signs, every loss and every climb, all dissolve inside the mind. Screens glow like city lights, heartbeat caught in the candles rise. Ticks drift through the static haze, future whispers in dead waves. Charts breathe, pulse of cold, echoes where the numbers float. Every tick a breath I chase, lost inside this market space. I'm trading futures, trading time, lines of rhythm, dollar signs. In the silence I align, between the noise and the divine. Micro beats and macro dreams, golden silicon, endless streams. Patterns form then fade away. Prophets ghost won't ever stay. My pulse synced with the candle's flame. Fear and calm, they sound the same. One more tick, another try. Balance on the reason why. Risk is a rhythm, patience, a sound. I breathe between the bars of now and next. I'm trading futures.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Afternoon stream, let's get it. Neon on the mic, yeah. Neon stepping in, yeah. Session wide awake. Night shift lay the ground. Matt set the play. Now it's midday money. Structure on the screen. Neon seeds acting holy, price moving clean. No FOMO type in the channel mode. We learned that lesson back in 24. Half gap buys when the market dips. DD bands bounce and we let it rip. Bulls on flashing like a warning light. If it's not a line, we let it slide. Patience, heavy, discipline, sharp. Room full of killers, but we play it smart. When the clock strikes noon, liquidity rise and feel that boom. Calm hands on the play, red to green, we pivot that way. The room shows up. Yeah. The room shows up. Yeah. Yeah. Volume builder, feel that shift. Market makers tryna midday drift. Fake break high, yeah, we seen that move. Liquidity pocket, we approve. Wish fan blowing when the entry's tight. Stops place clean, risk held right. Not gambling candles, we stacking skill. Consistency over chasing thrill. Chat moving steady, no chaos here. Green heart emojis when setups clear. If we win together, we lose composed. Trust the system, the blueprints close. Yeah, yeah. The room shows up. Yeah. The room shows up when the clock strikes noon. The room says liquidity rise and feel that boom. The room shows up. The room shows up. Calm hands on the play, red and green, we pivot that way. The room shows up. The room shows up. The room shows up. The room shows up. Silence when the setup phones. Heartbeat with the market stones. One clean entry, breathe, don't rush. Midday pressure, but the room shows up. The room shows up when the clock strikes.
What up? What's good, baby? What's good in the hood?
Red to green, we pivot that way. The room shows up.
What's good, fam? Who's in the house? Sovereignty, DRVJ, Purple, Roblox, Ricardo, Simso, Toronto Blue Jays, Trade A, Miss K, Dodgy Trades,
Midday grind.
Unis Diola, Martin K, Skydoc, Ichimuko. What's up, G? Welcome to the room. The room shows up. Let's get our music started. Shuffle. Minimize. What's going on? What's going on? Sinister Scalper, Bylar, Robert Henry, Mike H. What's up, G? Short Squeeze. Always love that name. Cam Trades, Simone Rods, Bird, Firebird, Gyre Darb, BJ, JB, Amari, C. Kennedy, Woo Outside. What's up, people? What's good in the hood? Guys, I played hooky for most of the session today. I played hooky for most of the session. I was in my garage. First time in a while that I have not, that I kind of left the desk for that while during the session. Let's see. Where did I leave? I left the desk right. Because I didn't like the chart. I posted that to Twitter as well. You can follow me on Twitter. It's at NeonCucumberX. I said I don't like the chart, and I left the desk right here. And I returned like probably 15 minutes ago. So there was 2 setups that formed that worked out. Well, actually 3. Okay, reclaiming this midpoint of this seed zone. Target top, stop bottom, right? I love that trade. I take that all the time. And then you could see it got revisited twice, right? Retracement into it, stop bottom, target top, and then again, trace into it, target top, stop bottom. But first of all, I wasn't at the desk. But second of all, I don't know. I don't think I would have, I don't know, because I would have had to see the action in real time. But we had, DD band was at 24,000. 27,400. So we had DD band right here. And then we had closed 27,337. 27,337. Oh, the close was right under it. It looks like resilience was neutral at that spot. I'll be honest. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. It would have been a game time. It would have been a real time decision. So I'm not sure if I would have taken that. But the only trade I took today was a short. A short. We opened and DD ratio was a little bit lower than it has been for a while. It was, I think it was like high 60s maybe. So I was like, oh, like I know that there's a little bit of a change there. But I also saw the weekly hedge pressure resilience on NASDAQ and ES were negative. And we came into this seed zone, right? We came into the seed zone and I took short, stop at the top of the zone, target at the bottom of the zone. Let me just see exactly where I got filled. Data series, hot executions. Okay, here we go. So we start selling off. We come into this seed zone. I was watching the tape. I guess I was thinking about trying to get it at a 25% pivot. But it looks like as it came, I think I had one resting order, and then as the tape started to speed up to the downside, I think I moved the other order down, and then, you know, so entry around the midpoint, stop around the top, target around the bottom, and I, you know, took the target at the bottom, and that was it. Now I didn't go after that trade again. Like, I thought this was an acceptable reload, but there's been so much long side pressure in the market lately. So like, this was the first day where we've opened and I've really been like, oh, like the flow really feels downside. So Trade Day said, what the hell are the seed zones? Well, damn, brother, it's your first time here or what? That's my algo that I trade alongside Rocket Scooter. I've been trading this for many, many years. And then last year I discovered Rocket Scooter. So I use it in confluence with the Rocket Scooter indicators. And since adopting Rocket Scooter, I've got about a 3 to 5% increase in my accuracy. But this is an algo that I wrote over the course of many years. So it has two zones. It has decision blocks and it has stable blocks. And I usually initiate my trades from the decision zones. So anyways, so, you know, this was an acceptable reload short, right? Entry at the midpoint, stop at the top, target at the bottom. But I didn't take that because the order flow has been to the long side for so long that, you know, even though I was confident that the initial flow of the session was down, I didn't want to push my luck. I already knew I didn't like the landscape of the session because I opened my Twitter and I said, I basically said, it's a garbage chart. It's a garbage chart. And like, this just wasn't a chart that I wanted to see. When we got down here, I was already away from the desk, but I had set an alert to see if we got into this zone. It didn't go off, and yeah, and that was that. It's kind of like, you remember yesterday afternoon, I was saying I wanted lower because I just feel like with the action, we've been getting a lot of range expansion during sessions with catalysts. So I was like, you know, I would rather take it lower, kind of like yesterday. And lower in this zone would have been by proxy. We would have been around hedge pressure and bull zone bottom on NASDAQ, right? When we opened, I saw these two overlaid zones and I was like, you know, that's really what I would like to see if we could get down there. We didn't quite get down there, but, you know, still a fine session. Cause I mean, to me, this could have easily been a no trade, a no trade morning, or even a no trade session, because the landscape of the zones and the pivots, they're just not really what I like to see. Not really what I like to see. And I feel like it might be a transition day, to the downside. Obviously we're recovering here, but, I don't have any pivots up here to play with. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, we've got a nice sizable gap. So, you know, resilience will come into play if we start to pull back in here, but I don't know. This zone is already feeling a little bit. This zone is already feeling a little bit worn out to me. We might just melt up, but you know, I don't know. I think the morning was probably more fruitful for this session, but I mean, there were responses here, but I just there's not enough confluence. You know, not enough confluence. A little bit too tight in there. So I'd like to see it would be nice if we get some sort of catalyst, maybe some sort of crazy tweet or something. I will say we're pretty liquid up here. Like you can see volume velocity and price velocity moving together. Right, they're kind of locked into each other. So we are liquid and healthy up here. So, you know, I'm not saying like we're gonna sell off, but guys, smash the like button. Let's see what we got here. Trey's in the building. Trey saying smash the like button. 250 people in the house. Welcome to the room. The room shows up. We've got giveaways today. Let's see what we got. Okay, today we've got a funded next 25K rapid, a my funded futures 50K rapid, and we've got some boot camps. Let's do a boot camp right off the rip. We're at 15 BC. Let's do a boot camp right off the rip. Let me fire up the giveaway engine. Melting up here. Let me see. Where was this pivot? 27,348. 27,348. 27,348 with DD band right above. Yeah, that would have been risky either way. That would have been risky either way. I would have felt like, you know, I like to wait for 65 to 70%. To me, that's a 60%. You know, I always talk about my mental scale. That's like a 60%. So I don't think I would have hit it anyways. All right. Let me fire up the giveaway engine. Stand by. Let me just get it. Let me get this bad boy booted up. YouTube. And I do want to know from you guys who was longing, who was shorting today, because I'm wondering if anyone else caught that, you know, caught that downward flow at the open. Like it was pretty decisive downward movement. If you're watching the tape, it was really heavy. 250 people in the house. Guys, smash the like button. Let's get it going. Giveaway engine. Here we go. Reset tool. Reset your tool, boy. Would have been nice if the market waited a little bit. Really didn't wait, did it? Boot camp. Start capturing messages. All right, we're monitoring. We're monitoring. Type boot camp in chat if you're interested in the boot camp. Possible life changer. Let's see what we got in here. Sketchy market. You like to take 10 to 15 point trades? Yeah, Ryan, depending on your strategy and your accuracy, that can work. Let's see what else we got here. Keith Matthews said, how much size do I trade? In the props, depends on the drawdown, but like for the 25K accounts, anywhere from 1 to 6 micros. And then in personal account, my max size is 30 minis. But that's like if I'm really hitting a setup hard and I really like it. Like, I'll trade half size, quarter size very, very frequently. But full size is 30. All right, we're really melting up here. This market's taking off. It's on its way. All right, type bootcamp in chat. Type bootcamp in chat. You could actually type bootcamp in chat because the giveaway engine uses contains. So it doesn't have to be perfect spelling. Just got to contain. Rock and Viper said 30 minis is ball. Well, I've been trading almost 15 years, so, you know, I'm not a newbie. It takes a while to get there, you know. I started off, when I started trading, I would risk like $100 per trade, you know. That's like built over the course of many years. And I mean, 30, that's tiny compared to, there's some traders who trade 100, 200, 300 contract, you know. It's all relative. Everyone's different. Some people would laugh at that, be like, that's minuscule. Just depends on where you're at in your career. Damn, look at this thing just melting up. This market is relentless. This market is relentless. My golly gosh. My golly gosh. Let's see what we got here. Let me turn on the AC in this office. I gotta turn on the AC. It's too hot in here. Downstairs. Damn, it's 74 in my office. I'm gonna set it to 72. Adventure said you're risking $100 on your cash account now. Well, you know what? 15 years from now, you'll probably be risking, you know, 20, 30K a trade. The numbers grow. All right. Bourbon, what's up, brother? What's going on, fam? All right, type bootcamp in chat. We got 20 entries. I'm going to do the drawing in 36 seconds. 36 seconds. Market's melting up. Fitness said, am I going to trade this? There is no setups up here. We're in no man's land. If we get a catalytic sell-off, there's possible setups down lower, but there's nothing up here. The only setup up here is just hit the buy button and go. That's the only setup up here. You just put on a trade and just, you know, set a stop and just say, hopefully the melt up continues. I mean, I'd say there's like 55%. I'd say there's 55% edge up here. You know, like if someone forced me to take a trade up here, you know, I'd hit long. All-time highs are tricky. Someone said buy at QQQ open if a retest. Yeah, to me that's like 55%. That's not really my jam. That's a little bit of a naked trade. That's a little bit of a naked trade. A little bit of a naked trade for me. Little bit of a naked trade. All right, let's go ahead and fire up the giveaway engine. Here we go. 7, 6. Oh, Trey, just in case you didn't know, brother, or anyone new here, we start our giveaway countdown at 7. We don't start it. We do not start it at 10 or 5 or 3. We start it at 7. Okay? Get used to it. We stand on one leg when we do it too. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a winner. Nice. Uniquely Shunshan? Uniquely Shunshan? Shunshan, use a winner, my dog. Type something in chat. Shunshan, type something in chat, my dog. Hey, congratulations, brother. Use a winner. Here's how you claim your prize. Click the link in the description for the Discord. Go to the Claim Your Win channel. Oh, wait. Is it the form? Or are you just message Slacks? I'm not... Let's stand by for 1 second. Stand by. Hey, Slacks, are you in the crowd? Are the winners filling out the form, or are the winners messaging you directly in Discord? I know there was a different process that we were going through. Not sure. Okay, it's the form. All right. Click the link in the description for the Discord. Go to the Claim Your Win channel. Fill out the form. And then Slacks will hook you up. Congratulations. What's a winner? How do you become a part of that elite group? You're going to get there, my brother. You got it. You got it. Discord. Let me see. Let me just put in the winner's name here. Winner. Congratulations. Boot camp. Nice. Uniquely Shunshan. Okay. Your prize has been claimed. Let's zoom in a little bit. I mean, it was pretty clean in the zone. But there was just too much clustered. There was too much clustered action there on Rocket Scooter anyways. You know, not every session's gonna be a slam dunk. Sometimes the levels just suck. Although, who out there hit bull zone bottom long and then added to the position at bear zone top? Anyone out there take bull zone bottom long and then scale in more position size at bear zone top? Anyone out there take that? I'm wondering. Alternator took it. Nice. Not me. I wasn't feeling it because the flow felt down, and you could see, look how much it took. How long was it down here? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It took 40 minutes to turn around. Scoundrel. Little scoundrel. Scoundrel market. You were probably patient though. If you were patient, you got paid. But I was in the garage cleaning. Mac Dabrowski said you wanted hash pressure. Dude, I don't know if you were on earlier. You and me both. You and me both. Hedge pressure? That hedge, okay. Hedge pressure would have been down here. Hedge pressure is 27,069. So that would have been basically the same setup as yesterday afternoon. Remember yesterday afternoon? I longed right at the bottom of the zone, and then it got like a huge response. And I longed at the bottom of the zone, not the middle of the zone, because there was rocket scooter levels just below the zone. Right, so it would have been basically the same setup. So if we do start to get down there, I'll be watching the tape to see if there's like acceptable flow. I will you know, I'll definitely be interested down there to see what happens. Keith Matthews said you were in the car with your garage running. You were in the car with your garage running. My brain just mixed up the words. You were in the garage with your car running. Hopefully the door was open, brother. Those exhaust fumes, no bueno. I said in the car with the garage running. What the? I told you guys, my brain is wired weird. All right. What was I gonna do? Let's see what we got on prop score. Let's see if there's any new banger accounts Let's open up full browser window. Let's go to prop score. All right, so here's, you guys know I was talking about I incorporate this site in my daily routine. So I just go to propscore.co. If you haven't been there, what are you doing? It's basically the credit rating for prop accounts. It's a nice mathematical way to see which, kind of which accounts are ranking the best mathematically right now as far as value, ease to pass, just the overall score of the account. So my routine, I come in here, I go to filters, I say use default model, and then for end of day and trailing drawdown, I will just quickly sort by prop score and by simplicity. That's how I do it. So I'm going to sort by prop score, see if anything's moved around. Nothing's moved around. The top three is still the same. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll sort by simplicity. Funded seats there. Now, this one popped up a few days ago, so this top three is still where it's been. Blue Sky, Take Profit Trader, and Funded Seat, the top three right now on that. Now, keep in mind that the more accounts that get populated in here, the more these top three will change frequently. Because, let's say someone has a banger sale and they start the sale on a Friday. Then on Friday, that score is going to change because we got people on top of updating the accounts in here. Then I go to trailing drawdown and I do the same thing. Sort by prop score, and I sort by simplicity. Okay. And oh, look at this. There's a new one. Prop Shop Trader. So I'm going to click on this. Now, right off the rip, I could see that it's got a simplicity of 8.1. Oh, but it's got a prop score of 5. So you know what? 5 is basically at the bottom. So the reason it's weighted. So the best available will be like a 10, and the one of the worst will be like a 5. But as we have more accounts programmed in, the resolution of those numbers will be greater. You'll have like a 5.1, you'll have like a 6, you'll have a 6.5, because the scale there'll be more resolution, meaning more accounts per increment on the scale. But right now, since there's not that many accounts, the gaps between scores are larger. So we're getting more and more populated. We're getting more and more firms populated. But anyways, that's my daily routine. So that's cool. That's where we're at on the prop score site. Trader 007NQ, what's up, G? It's raining money at your cloud. Said, are there any prop scores where you can get a payout in a day? I don't know that, because that's not really my style. I've only been trading the props for I think however long the stream's been going, plus a few weeks. I don't YOLO. I just trade them as if they're miniature accounts. So I don't really know about getting a payout in a week. For me, I'll take 4 to 8 sessions to do the eval. I'll just trade it mathematically correctly, and then I don't really, I don't gamble with them, so I don't know. I don't know which one that will be. Someone said, am I keeping clean shaven or keeping the beard? I don't know. Most of the time when I have a beard, it's not because I said I'm growing a beard. It's just because I got busy and I didn't shave. I guess it's like my what do you call it, DNA or genetics or whatever. I grow a beard pretty fast. If I don't shave for 2 months, I'll have a full beard. Hey, look, that 55% setup's working out. Look, remember we said if there was a setup from here, it's just click long and just close your eyes and set a stop and just hope you get it. Here it is. We're on the squeezage. No overhead resistance, right? ATH. Chris Jackson said, where would the target be? So to me, the only, to me, the only real target that I would use for trading all-time highs is probably an increment of the risk interval. You know, you might be able to say half a risk interval over the highs. You could do something like that, quarter risk interval over the highs. Or maybe above the open. Let's do it. Let's say, okay, what's the risk interval on NQ? It's 251.25. 251.25. So, like, to me, it's like 60, what's that? 251.25 times 0.27, 68 points. So I don't know, maybe 68 points. We're already 68 points over the high, aren't we? 27,491. Let me see. I mean, because there's all-time highs it's uncharted territory. Where's the close? 27,491. 27,490. 27,491. Yeah, we've already passed. We've already right here. That was 68 points. We've already passed that. So I don't know. You can use half a risk interval. Like, it's kind of just. Televlog said, do I execute on Thinkorswim? No, I execute with NinjaTrader. Yeah, there's no one positioned up here. So like there's no options positions that are built up here. You know, like we're in uncharted territory. Totally uncharted territory. 15,000 tick. Here we go. Oh wait, hold on. We could do. Let's do. I guess we could do one risk interval over this high. But this is just like when you're trading all-time highs, you're kind of just there. You know, it's totally uncharted. It is like literally uncharted. There's nothing up there yet. I'm just gonna mark 68 points over the high. 67. See if we get there. You know what's crazy? The market is pretty healthy up here. Someone just drew attention to volume velocity and price velocity. Like, look how healthy the market is right now. Volume speeding up, price is speeding up. Volume slowing down, price is slowing down. So like, there's participation up here. It's not empty up here. We're not like whipping around. It's pretty healthy up here. Risk interval is in points. Risk interval is in points. 68 points is 20. There's no exact science. I've just found for measuring approximate volatility, kind of like price wiggle, I use 27% of a risk interval. That's what I use. That's not like a documented thing. That's just something I do. I have like an algo that gives me suggested stops, and usually it lands around 27% of a risk interval. So I'll kind of match those two up just to see if you know, just to make sure I'm close on measuring market volatility. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, okay. Let's bring this risk interval thing back down. Just floating here, all-time highs. Total floatage. There we go. 342 people in the house. Where we at on likes? 136 likes. Guys, we got diagrams on how to hit the like button. There it is. Smash the like button. Smash it. NQ Volume Edge in the house. Who out there is blindly buying the highs? Anyone out there blindly buying the highs to scratch the itch? I know there's some degens out there. There's gotta be a scoundrel out there taking the coin flip. You know what's crazy? This is the first slow afternoon of the week. I was looking at my I was just checking my my accuracy and my stats for the week. I had afternoon trades on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week. So pretty uncommon for me to, you know, because the afternoon's usually quiet. There's not always a setup in the afternoon. But there was a setup in the afternoon Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week. So it's been a pretty active, the market's been pretty active this week. So like throughout the session. AKA said, Neon bro, I said there are no options here. There's no options here for me. For my strategy, like there's nothing for me up here. There's nothing for me up here. But I was just wondering if there's any scoundrels out there. Just wondering if there's any scoundrels out there. 342 people in the house. Welcome to the room, people. The room shows up. Thank you so much for being here. The market's at all-time highs. The market's on a rip. We got some giveaways today. Let's see what we got. Funded next, oh yeah, I called it out. Funded next 25K rapid and then my funded futures 50K rapid. Those accounts are both on prop score. They're both on there. So when we do the giveaway, we can pull them up on there and, you know, and just see if there's anything there. I'll just mark this. I'll just mark that. You know, I don't really want this on my chart because that's not really this whole 67 points above the highs thing. I don't really want that on my chart because that's just, it doesn't really mean anything. That was just kind of an exercise in answering that question. AKA said there's a huge call wall in 0 DT and 1 DT options at 7,200. Yeah, that makes sense. But, you know, I don't have any stats behind that kind of setup, so I wouldn't be able to trade that. That's just me. You know, I kind of trade this. I trade the stats. I trade the setups that I just know are going to work at least 65% of the time. What a rally. What a rally though. The market just hasn't wanted to pull in. Every single pullback has been viable. Let's take a look at monthly maps. See what we got. Oh look, we were in bear zone, huh? Let's see. I can't see the wick. Where was the low of the day? Let's see. 27,160 was that pullback. And then top of this bear zone, let's see. I really wish you could overlay these. Intercession. 27,285. 27,285. Okay. And then bull zone bottom. 27,405. 27,405. Oh boy. Good level. Okay. So nothing on monthly maps up there. Now let's take a look at ES. ES. Bull zone bottom 71.54. $71. No, 71.54. That's not right because we had transacted in it, hadn't we? 71. $71.54, unless we transacted in it pre-market. Let me see. Look back. Oh, I see. 71.54. Yeah. You know, I'm still quite happy with my read. To me, like, the levels are like it's kind of convoluted levels to me. So like my pre-market, I think it was after the open, after I saw the levels. What I posted on Twitter, let me see exactly what I said. I don't remember exactly what I said. Let me see. Twitter, what did I say? I said, okay, this was at, what time was this? 9:33 a.m., 3 minutes after the open. I said, horrible looking chart this morning, flat, hoping for a catalyst. And then we started to sell off, and I took that short. But I didn't like the chart from the very beginning of the session. I thought it was a trash chart, and I still think it is. My X is Neon Cucumber X. Neon Cucumber X. The overall market trades like this is the range that we get in the overall market, futures market is, I mean, it's so awesome. You know, like, you didn't get action like this 10 years ago. You know, the market trades like a damn small cap stock now. The thing is just range for days. I love this game. The market's got nice range these days. All right, 367 people in the house, almost 400 people in the house. Let's do one of our prop account giveaways. Let's start off with an account right now. Where are we at on likes? Okay, we're 169 likes. Let's get the likes up to 200. It's giveaway time. Let's get it going. 365 people in the house. NQ Volume said, "How can you don't know a boot camp?" It's done through the super chats. You have to like go in the super chat, and then you have to go in the super chat, and then do a donation. It's a $20 donation. Someone said, how do you join the giveaway? Hit the like button so we can get it up to 200 likes. And then we'll start it. Is it the 1999 one? Yeah, it's the 1991 one, brother. That's the one that donates one boot camp. And then and then we can start the giveaway. 373 people in the house. If you're just joining, we're about to do a giveaway. 214 likes. Okay, it's giveaway time. All right, so we start off, we poll the audience for suggestions for the code word. Like yesterday during, like, there, you know, it's like environmental. Like yesterday we flatlined price velocity. Who was here when price velocity flatlined during earnings? It was taking NASDAQ like 0.4 of a second to cover 5 points in price distance. It was Whip City. So like the code word was flatline, you know? So, you know, people come up with the code words, and then I pick whatever jumps out at me. Giveaway time.
Lights low, world goes quiet.
Coke and Coffee said next move will be opposite what you are thinking, then opposite that a few times. Trickery incoming. NQ Volume Edge. The room shows up. Guys, type the room shows up in chat for NQ Volume Edge. NQ Volume Edge just donated a boot camp. Thank you so much. That gets matched by 3 by the Rocket Scooter Company. So that brings us up to 18 BC. We're going back in time, guys. We're at 18 BC. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that, brother. The room shows up. Edge never sleeps. Although Edge did go to sleep yesterday for 6.5 hours. Took 6.5 hours for the Edge to show up yesterday. I was flat from 10:30 a.m. until I don't know what time that trade was. 20 minutes after the close during earnings. Almost fell asleep. But sometimes you just gotta wait hours and hours and hours for the Edge to show up. And then when it shows up, you smack it. All right. Uncharted territory. Uncharted. Let's do Uncharted. Let's do Uncharted for the code word. Uncharted. All right, here we go. Let me bring up the giveaway engine. Stand by. Don't type it in yet. I'm not ready. It's not monitoring yet. So you'll get skipped. You'll get skipped. Look at the bots. Look at the bots all typing it in. Uncharted. I typed unchatted. Uncharted. And go. All right, we're monitoring. Code word is Uncharted. Type it in chat if you're interested in winning a free prop account. Okay. We are giving away a funded next 25K rapid, or as they've exclusively asked us to pronounce it, rapido. They didn't. I'm putting words in their mouth. They didn't. We can pronounce it rapid if we want to. 394 people in the house. Welcome to the room. The room shows up. Let's bring up this account on prop score. Okay. Okay. Office Space. Great movie. I'm going to need you to go ahead and check that out on prop score. See what the simplicity score is. Okay. Thanks a lot, Milton. All right, here we go. Bring up the browser window. Where are we at? Full screen browser. Okay. 393 people in the house. If you're just joining, we are currently doing a giveaway for a prop account. The giveaway is for a funded next 25K rapid prop account. And we're about to see what the specs are on that account by going to prop score and checking out our site. Propscore.co. Okay, so it's a funded next 25K rapid. Let's see how it scores. Funded next futures. I'm going to go to accounts. 25K rapid. Oh, this is a nice account. Okay. So simplicity is right up there. Simplicity is right up there. It's a 9.8 simplicity. And price per time in market is a 10. And then everything else is in the 8s. So the overall score comes in at an 8. Now, what is driving down this score to an 8 rather than like a 9 or a 10 is I would guess that the cost of the accounts is maybe like 10 bucks more than the competitors right now with the sale price. That's probably what it is, because any account that has a high simplicity score, usually that account is, I don't know, unless there's some crazy activation fee or something, usually that account's going to be a decent account, at least what I've been seeing. Okay, so my funded futures 25K rapid end of day. EOD, right? I prefer to say EOD. Kind of rolls off the tongue real nice. So that's the account that we're giving away. That's cool. The code word, if you're just joining, is uncharted. Why is it uncharted? Because we're currently in uncharted territory, right? We're just kind of floating at the highs. We're kind of floating at the highs. 402 people in the house. Welcome to the room, guys. The room shows up. Smash the like button if you can. The code word is uncharted. My funded futures. No, sorry. Funded next. Funded next 25K rapid. Next will be a 50K rapid from my funded futures. Because we got multiple accounts to give away today. We got multiple. So that's cool. All right. We're going to do the drawing in... Let's see. 2 minutes and 52 seconds. We'll do it in 2 minutes and 52 seconds. I'm going to start the, let's see, 220. Yeah, 2 minutes and 52 seconds. All-time highs. Market's rocketing. Just bouncing between these zones. I wish there was overhead zones, but we've never been up there. We've never been up there. So nothing on Rocket Scooter up here. Nothing on Seeds up here. Kind of just floating. I bet people who trade like moving averages and stuff, they're probably, this is probably a day where like, pull back to the 9 EMA sort of stuff, you know, because we're in a trend. That invisible line under the chart. I remember those days. Let's look at it. I'm gonna take a peek at a 2000 tick chart just to see. Damn, look at that. Look at that thing go. The trend is your friend, huh? The trend is your friend. Hello there, friend. I'm gonna keep it on a 2000 tick chart. Let the scoundrels zoom in a little bit. I know scoundrels love to zoom in on the chart. All right, 1 minute and 17 seconds. 1 minute 17 seconds remaining. And also, guys, let's thank our community member NQ Volume Edge for donating a boot camp. We really appreciate that, brother. Love the runners this week. You know, honestly, yesterday, let me scroll back. Man, it would be so nice if I had a runner. Yesterday, I got filled right down here. And I had an ATM strategy set by accident, so it took profit. Like, usually I would hold one runner. But I would have taken the bulk of the position off at the top of the zone. But man, that runner would have really got some action. It's been a good market for runners, I'm sure, you know. People who trade low accuracy, high risk reward, like the trend is where they make all of their money. Like, you know, when the market's in consolidation, I do fine. You know, I do fine because I'm not like a low accuracy, high risk reward trader. I'm more like I favor accuracy and then like 1-to-1 or sometimes slightly less than 1-to-1. But like those traders who trade with like 35-45% accuracy and like 3-4-to-1, 5-to-1 risk reward, you know, they have drawdowns during consolidation, and then the last few weeks they like makes their whole year sort of thing. Fabio said, hey, Fabio's a dirty dog. Typing scoundrel stuff in chat. What's up, brother? Good to have you here. Thank you for being here. All right, 424 people in chat. 22 seconds, and then we're doing the giveaway. The code word is uncharted. Code word is uncharted. Here we go. Let's bring up the giveaway engine. Code word uncharted. Giveaway time in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Autobots engage. Pick a winner. FGS1123. Step up to claim your prize. Earthworks Ethos. I love this mic. Hey, FSG. FSG with an AOL 7.0 56K connection. Really good latency on that connection. Look how fast FSG responded. Congratulations, user winner. Click the link in the description for the Discord. Go to the contest channel. Message the admin name Slacks with a screenshot of your... No. Go to the... I'm still like, you know, I still have the other thing. Go to the Claim Your Win channel. Go to the Claim Your Win channel. Fill out the form, and Slacks will hook you up. That's how you win. Oh look, I accidentally went to their YouTube page. Let me just copy and paste this username. Let me copy and paste this username. And then funded next. Entries closed. Someone said you've been repping Tradeify. You switched to Tradeify. Yeah, I switched to Tradeify. I'm still trading other stuff. But I just want to try something different out. And like, if I screenshot all, like, everything, like, the screenshot is huge. Here, let me show you. Like, if I screenshot all the accounts, let me see. Because I'm still testing the trade copier, so I'm trying to do it with as many accounts as I can. Like, this morning, they came out of sync, but I still, like, I'm testing the trade copier, but just to give you an idea. Image. Let me add the image. Like, it'll just clutter up the screen, but I could show you. So yeah, I'm trading. I got all these going. So I'm still doing other stuff, but I'm really just trying to, like, I'm testing Tradeify, see how that works with the trade copier. I'm tying the Lucids because the Lucids kept getting out of sync. So we'll see. T-Vlog said, how do I copy trade without getting flagged? You're allowed to copy trade. Most of the brands let you copy trade. I mean, I didn't look at the rules for Tradeify. Are you not allowed to? I don't know. I just started with them a couple of days ago. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to. Uh-oh, Mike H. Mike H, you relapsed on the coffee? Damn. Mike H. You gonna sign up for the headaches again or what? My dog. Smash the like button if you didn't already. Mike H. relapsed, back on caffeine. Mike H, you dirty dog. You're gonna have to go through the headaches again now. Damn, dog. 400 people in the house, 258 likes. Welcome to the room. The room shows up. For those of you who are not familiar with the platform on the left-hand side of the screen, because I know we got a bunch of new people here. You know what? If you're new here, type if you're new, say me in chat. If you're new here, or maybe you're not super familiar with the Rocket Scooter platform, type me in chat. And just want to see if we got new people here. Okay, we got a bunch of new people here. All right, so new people. I'm going to do two things for you. The first thing I'm going to do for the new people is I'm going to give a quick overview of what is on the screen on the left-hand side, Rocket Scooter. And then I'm going to do a giveaway. The inventor of the platform teaches a 20-day boot camp. It's only 20 bucks. It's basically free. It's a lot. It's just to cover the cost of hosting it. But since you're here and you're new, we'll do a giveaway for one. I really, even though the account, I love giving away the accounts. Okay, they're really cool. But even though it's so cheap, I like giving away the boot camps a little kind of more, because I know that like, it's not going to change everyone's life, but I just know that, like, if we give away 50 boot camps, like, a few of those people, the entire course of their life is going to change for the better. If they're, you know, if they're disciplined, if they put in hard work. So that's why I think it's cool to give away the boot camps, because when someone wins the boot camp, like, that might be the day in history. Like, I'm kind of like, I think about things like this. That might be the day in history that, like, their life takes a fork in a completely new direction. So that's why I think that it's cool to give away the boot camp. Anyways, so what is the platform on the left-hand side of the screen? It's called Rocket Scooter. What does it do? It draws high volume tradable pivots at the beginning of the session. Why am I saying, oh, like, it could change your life, that kind of thing? Because these levels have really good edge. And there's a whole strategy that goes with trading that platform and that system. You could trade that completely standalone, or if you already have something that's working for you, you could trade it to give you confluence. That's what I do, right? I already had a system I was trading for many years, and I just happened to discover Rocket Scooter, and I tested it, and I liked it, and my accuracy increased a few percentage points. So you could use it to enhance something you're already doing. So it draws those high volume tradable pivots, and then it also has what's called auxiliary indicators. For example, what you see at the bottom of the screen with the orange and the cyan line. And then also at the top, there's some numbers. So what those are is they're additional indicators that help you understand if the levels are going to be support or resistance, and kind of help you frame the session and frame the strategy and how you're going to trade an individual session, right? So, like, being able to look at the chart and being able to read what's going on and read possible trade outcomes, that's really valuable, because it also can help you be patient as a trader. Because a lot of the reason that some traders are not patient is because they do not know what they are waiting for. Like, they're just kind of throwing darts at a board, you know? But if you know what you're waiting for, it can be a lot easier to be patient and wait for your edge to show up. So there's that platform. And then the boot camp is teaching overall market information and how to trade that platform's strategy, right? And if you already have your own system, it'll at least teach you, like, the confluences that you should look for and statistics around the level. So that's what it does. All right. So for those who are new here or who haven't taken the boot camp, let's do a boot camp giveaway. So give me 15 seconds. I'm going to fire up the giveaway engine. We're at all-time high, so we're kind of just floating up here. There's no pivots up here. So, you know, kind of take this opportunity to do some extra giveaways and kind of talk about the strategy, talk about Rocket Scooter, talk about the community. All right. Let's giveaway engine. Where the hell is it? Reset tool. And I'm going to do boot camp for the code word, because type boot camp in chat. BOOTCAMP, boot camp. It's giveaway time. Boot camp, boot camp, boot camp. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, congratulations. Congratulations on stumbling upon Rocket Scooter. Banger platform. I really like it. I really respect it. Great platform. 265 likes. Here's how you hit the like button. Nice. There's alternates. If you don't want to press it that way, you can also punch it, smash it, Would smash it. Or punch it. Look, this guy's wearing like bulletproof jacket too. Or like, it looks like leathers from riding a motorcycle. The Neon Cucumber Show. I'm your host, Neon. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get number 4 back up. I like that one. All-time highs. The trend is your friend. Look at this thing going. ATH. ATH. Smack it up, flip it up, rub it down. Sinister Scalper. Smash the like button. All right. 270 likes. We're almost at 300 likes. Still 23 minutes to power hour. A lot of people in the house. Okay, where's the giveaway engine here? Let's see. Where are we at? Giveaways. Live streaming. I lost it. Stand by. There it is. All right. 25 entries, 30 seconds, and then we'll do the giveaway. Giveaway engine. Boot camp. If you're just joining, type boot camp in chat. We're giving away the boot camp. And also, for those of you who don't know, we have a Discord for Prop Score. So there's it's only been launched for like 2 weeks. There's already like we're approaching, there's over 2,000 members. We might be approaching 3,000 by now. I haven't looked at the number. Cedric said, on what app do I invest? On stream, I trade. I don't really talk about investments on stream. I just talk about trading. But for trading, I use NinjaTrader. For trading, I use NinjaTrader. Like my active futures accounts, I use Ninja. Cedric, thank you for being here. Appreciate you, brother. All right. Here we go. Countdown to the giveaway. 7. Oh, you know what? Let's give it 18 seconds because it's about to loop back around. Orchid Health said, what's the difference between NinjaTrader and TradingView? TradingView is a charting platform. NinjaTrader is a charting platform as well, but I think you can execute on TradingView as well. They're just different. They're different trading platforms. But I use NinjaTrader because all my algos, well, most of my algos are written in NinjaTrader in C#. So that's why I use NinjaTrader. Like, it would be hard for me to move away from NinjaTrader because I'm so invested in it with my workflow. T-Vlog said cash or prop. Prop for the stream, and then just for my normal trading, I'm cash. But I think eventually I'll incorporate that into the stream as well. Once I get like more reps trading and streaming and multitasking, you know. All right. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a winner. NCS behind the scenes. NCS behind the scenes. Rigged. Hey, NCS, congratulations. You won the boot camp. So just so you know, there's 2 options. You can watch it, like when you sign up, you can watch the videos. But what happens is in May, when the actual boot camp starts, the videos are incorporated into it. But what they do is Matt, aka Matoski, the inventor of the platform and the instructor of the boot camp, based on the current market conditions, he'll kind of give an intro to how the video lesson relates to what's happening and in the market, and then he'll kind of pause sometimes and be like, oh, like think about today, what happened when we hit this pivot. Like he'll tie it into present day's session and the recent action. But you know, if you're really eager to watch it, you can watch it on your own as well. So to claim your prize, click the link in the description for the Discord, go to the Claim Your Win channel, and fill out the form, and Slacks will hook you up. Nice. Congratulations, brother. Salin said, what are the things to consider when starting to trade with cash? So like, I don't have a lot of advice for people transitioning from sim to trading real money, because when I started trading, I never sim traded. I started right with real account. Obviously that's not recommended. It's because I was an idiot and I didn't know any better. First thing, understand that like the psychology of it will be very different, right? Because you're actually putting real capital on the line. And then, i.e. pattern day trader rules for taxes. I don't know. I've never traded, like my first account that I started with. This is obviously not advisable, but it was just because I had money saved up and I thought I was going to be a rock star right off the rip. I never traded with a small, my first account I funded it with like 30K. So I never dealt with the PDT rule. And then for taxes, futures are great because not the entire portion of the gains are treated as short-term capital gains. So there's a benefit there. And then also SPX, like there's certain options that are not subject to 100% short-term capital gains tax as well. But for that, you really should consult a tax advisor, because I can't give financial advice. But there's definitely tax advantages to futures and certain options. That is for sure. And futures are nice and liquid. That's another nice thing. Salen said, you'll talk to a tax advisor, you just don't know what topics to ensure you discuss. I would say discuss with them active trader status, right? Or trader tax status. Discuss with them that. Trader tax status. Like if you're trading regular stocks all the time, right? Trader tax status. Discuss with them that. Discuss with them the 60-40 rule for futures and specific options, because if you're transacting specific options, also you want to you don't want to pay more tax than you need to. And then yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. What else? And there's other things, like once you get to the point where you have too much profit and like you don't really know what to do with it, and you want to invest it, you could also set up like S Corp. You could set up different structures so that you can get tax advantages. Like let's say you have $300,000 extra at the end of the year that you want to, like, you're not investing it somewhere else. You kind of just want to put it in the market and let it sit. Like there's ways that you could set up structure so that you can gain tax advantages. Like you can set up 401k, and you can, there's different things you could do. But yeah, tax advisor really the best bet for that. Take full advantage. Okay, Stash Mill asked a great question. I really like this question. Does the rocket scooter rule about ESNQ only closing above DD band line 4% of the time, is it in play today, or does that change when irrational market? Okay. So first of all, because not everyone, we have new people here, not everyone might know what Mario, I'm still trading the TPT. I'm still trading the TPT, but I'm trying out Tradeify. It's just a whole, it's a huge, like I kind of got bored with that. Like it's a huge screenshot to post there, but like here, you could see, these are all the ones. Tradeify, Lucid, TPT. I'm still doing the other ones, but I'm not, it's just like, it's obnoxious to have that big thing right there next to me. Plus, you know, the TPTs, the Lucids, like, I'm not sure if I'm always going to trade them with the exact copy. Like, maybe I'll start splitting them up, but I'm just giving Tradeify a try. Yeah, I use Copy Trader. Okay, so how does the trade... Oh, real quick, I just want to answer NQ Volume Edge's question because the other question is going to take a while. I use Replicanto, and it allows you to just select all the accounts. But I will say I don't endorse it or recommend it because I have issues with it. So I don't endorse or recommend any copy trader because I'm not experienced fully with it myself. Okay, so getting back to the question about DD bands. So you got to understand that those statistics are gathered over the course of a large set of sessions, right? So the way that statistics work is a lot of times you'll get runs where things outside of the norm will happen, and then over the course of a long sample set, it will, like, they'll neutralize and realize themselves back to like their baseline statistics. So like right now, like we've been in a streak where we've been constantly closing above DD band. So when you start to see those outliers, it's kind of up to the individual whether they deviate from trading with those statistics or recognize that we're in a little bit of an unusual environment, like we're all-time highs trading and like breakouts are really working, and like we're not closing inbounds of the DD bands all the time. That's like a nuanced thing, you know, that like in this kind of market, I tend to like I've been kind of paying less attention to them, or almost like I'm like, oh, we're getting to DD band, like we might launch, sort of thing. So the stats over the course of time will probably still realize back to the 4%, 8%. But we're definitely having outlier sessions and we're at all-time highs. So I wouldn't say it's irrational. I would just say it's, you know, it's a different environment, you know, like it's a different environment. This is an unusual environment, what we're in right now. Rod Trade said, how many accounts can you trade with Replicanto at the same time? I don't know. I haven't reached the limit, but I only, up until like a couple of days ago, I was only doing the TPTs. And then there was a time a few weeks ago where I was trading the TPTs and Lucid with the trade copier. I had sync issues doing that. I don't know if it was, I think it was just something with the Lucid accounts. I was hitting an order count limit or something, but I haven't had that issue this week. So I haven't had that issue this week, although I did have, the more accounts, the less in sync they are. Like, look, see the difference in the price? Like if I only trade 3, usually they're closer in price to each other. So I don't endorse or recommend it. I just do it because it's like a little project for me to try to figure it out. Like when something doesn't work right, I'll kind of want to make it work right. Plus I also get I get bored. Like, you know, I get bored. So I tinker with stuff. Mario, the TPTs are funded, and then the Tradeify are evals, and the Lucid I have Lucid I have, I think, 3 fundeds and then 2 evals. But I think I'm going to start all fresh with the I might just YOLO the funded Lucids, maybe on an overnight trade or something coming up, and then start fresh with them. I don't know, because I took a long time away from those accounts when I was having all the issues with the trade copy. I'll decide. I never really invested much time in them. I think they were funded, and then I traded them for like maybe a week before I stopped because I was having the issues. Mario, the only payout process I know about is TPT, and it was very easy with them. That's the only one I've done the payout with. Because the Lucids, once they were funded, I didn't trade them for long, and the Tradeify just started on Monday. Someone said, how much was Replicanto? I don't remember. I think it was like $300 or $400 maybe. Something like that. It wasn't, it was, you know, it wasn't a lot. A few $100. Darb said you were thinking about grabbing some traders account, Tradeify accounts. You get growth or select. I got select. Now, guys, I will say one thing. Okay, I will say one thing. This is not going to be the same for everyone. But I will say one thing. It's just the way that my personality works. Like, I find all the different kinds of accounts, I find it overwhelming. Like, that is why I first selected TPT to start with. Because, like, they only have one choice, and it's so clear. Like, Darb asking if I went with select or growth, that question sparked this thought, because to me, like, even though I have the prop score for them, even then, like, I'm like trying to figure out, like, regardless of which one's better value, I'm like trying to figure out, like, why would you want one over the other? I'm like, why do they have so much choice? You could take the payout every day. You could take the payout once a week. It's like, it's overwhelming. I will say that. So, like, my goal with them is kind of, my goal with them, I think, is just to kind of trade them in the background. And then just, like, you know, just trade them until they have nice profit, and then maybe tinker with the payout process or whatever, because I find all the information on them overwhelming. Like, regular trading, it's very simple. Like, you know, you put money in an account. You know, if you lose $1,000, your account balance goes down, you know, $1,000 and $30, you know, whatever it is, depending on the commissions and how much you executed. And, you know, if you make $5,000, your account goes up, you know, $4,900, $4,800, depending on commissions, whatever. Like, that's just easy. There's nothing to think about. With the props, I gotta read the rules and this and that and all. Like, I'm like, oh my God, it's a lot. It's a lot to read. Like, you guys saw me on that next gen site the other day when it kept like scrolling and I was trying to read the payout rules, and then like I couldn't find the payout rules and I just gave up. Like, that's kind of how I am with stuff like that. I'm like, I can't keep up with this. So it's a journey for me. It's, you know, it's oh, you know what? Something else is oh, yogurt pants. Sir Darb said, go check out Blue Sky on Prop Score. Let's check it out. Okay, I'm gonna check that out in a second. I do want to answer Yogurt Pants' question real quick. Because this is a really well, it is somewhat of a thought-provoking question, but it's just an important question for a lot of people. Okay. You said you need help not trading evals. Not treating evals like real accounts? Well, I don't know. I treat them like real accounts. You don't want to trade. You don't want to treat evals like real accounts. I don't know, because I take my time with like if it takes 4 to 8 sessions to pass an eval, I'm fine. Because it's not in my DNA to YOLO. You feel like you're taking too long? Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest, Yogurt. That's not really, to me, that's a good problem. Because that kind of means, you know, if your P&L is consolidating or moving slowly up, and then all of a sudden you have a sweep up, it means you're probably, maybe you're in an environment where your edge isn't showing up, or, you know, your P&L's in consolidation, then you have sweeping moves up to kind of drive you into the profit. You know, maybe you trade with a high risk reward, low accuracy, something like that. It's better than blowing them up quickly, you know? Yeah, if it's taking you a while, like, what do you consider a while? Because, okay, I talked about this the other day. So, okay, for me to pass, okay, like this could be for real trade. This could be for anything. But if an account has a 1-to-1 risk, if the account has a 1-to-1 profit target to drawdown ratio, so for instance, like a TPT 50K, TPT 25K has a $1,500 target and a $1,500 max drawdown. Okay. Like if you trade that mathematically correctly and you have decent edge, it's still going to take you somewhere between 3 to 8 sessions to pass the eval. And then if you're in a sudden place where like your edge is not showing up and neutral, like it might take you 12 sessions, 13 sessions to pass, right? Which means what? Which means for an account that has like a $2,000 drawdown and a $2,000 drawdown and a $3,000 target, it's going to take you six sessions to 10, 12, 15, 20 sessions, you know? Will Outside said, unless you're Matoski. Well, it depends on the person too. Because, you know, like I know Matt, like he would prefer, because I've heard him talk about his eval strategy on stream. Like he would prefer to like take aggressive trades in them. And if they blow up, like he doesn't, he just buys a new one sort of thing, you know? And that's totally fine. People who want to just be really aggressive with the evals and don't, you know, like you don't mind, you're not really like concerned about it blowing. You're like, you know, I'll just kind of trade it aggressively and probably pass it. That's fine. But I just like, everyone's got their own different style to it. Like to me, I would rather take really small risk and just trade it mathematically like it's a miniature regular account. Now that is because I'm a very routine person. Like I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. Like if you get an eval and if you trade it super aggressive and you pass it in a day or two, that's totally fine. I'm just saying my methodology, there's a very specific reason why I trade mathematically correctly, regardless of what the account is. Like even if the account costs $5, I will still take whatever time. I'll still do it mathematically correctly. There's a very specific reason for that ties specifically to me. And that is because I'm a routine person. So I don't do well when I get out of routine, right? So what might happen is if I start YOLOing evals and trying to change up my game in something, I don't want that to translate into my real trading game, right? Because I put on pretty substantial risk, right? So I'm not trying to have these different mindsets that I need to trade with. I'm just like, I'll trade everything the same sort of way. So I don't need to manage multiple methods. Like, oh, I'm YOLOing this. This is my, you know, real account. I'm trading this differently. I can't keep track of all that stuff. That's why I do it that way. That has to do with my personality. That has to do with my personality. And my not wanting to deviate from what I do and what I know works. So you know, that's why I do it like that. I don't think that there's any right or wrong way to do it, you know? Like if my personality wasn't like that, maybe I would trade them differently. But I know myself, you know? I know myself. Like what is it called? It's called like a slippery slope. I'm like a slippery slope kind of person, you know? I'm like a slippery slope kind of person. Like I'll be like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that, and then like I'll do it once. I'll be like, let me just YOLO it, sort of thing, and then all of a sudden, like all of a sudden I'll be YOLOing, my real account, sort of thing. I'm a routine person. I need routine, so I do what I know works. Yeah, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. Not saying that's right, but Volume had said hats to me for that control. Yeah, I mean, I think it's partly just knowing your own. It's partly like knowing your own tendencies and knowing your own personality. Because I will say this about trading, like, a lot of people have a decent strategy, but like they're not patient enough to wait for their edge to show up, so they don't have a positive equity curve. Or a lot of people wait for their edge to show up, and then, maybe if they have a string of losers. That's why I always show the consecutive loser, probability of consecutive losers chart. Because I know that I struggled with that when I was developing my edge. Is if I would get a string of losers, I would start to take trades outside of my strategy because I would start to doubt it. Stuff like that, right? So I think with trading, a lot of people, you got to learn about your own tendencies, because it's those tendencies that will make a difference in your equity curve. It'll make a difference in your equity curve. One of my tendencies that I always keep track of, and it came up, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we talked about it on stream, is that if something happens, I think I had an execution, something happened where I was trying to take an entry and I couldn't, it was almost like, I forget exactly. I would have to go back and look at the stream. I missed the entry, or maybe the trade, something happened and the trade didn't go through, or maybe it didn't go through and something happened. And I said, oh, I missed the setup that worked really well, that I was trying to take full size on it, and I missed that trade. And then I said, you know what? Now I'm out of sync, and I know I perform poorly when I'm out of sync. And I explained, what do I mean? Because this is something I know about myself, my personality, and the way I managed my session arc. I said I'm out of sync, and I said, what do I mean by that? I said, okay, that would have been a full size position and a really big win. And then I would have used that to subsequently kind of use that juice to trade the rest of the session. But what will happen is then, if I miss that and I get out of sync, if the next setup that I take, even if it's a 65%, 70% setup, if that setup fails and then I go from green to red on the session because I'm out of sync, it just throws off the arc of the session for me, because I feel like, oh, like I should be having a really nice session. My reads have been really good. Like that day I remember saying, because I had taken one trade in the morning, 1 or 2 trade, I don't know. And I said, if I take a third trade, and then my accuracy for the session is 66%, but I have a red session, that will just annoy me. You know, that would just annoy me because I'll feel like the session owes me because like I performed really well, but I had an execution error. So I end up with a, you know, with a red day, like those kind of things, right? It's a flaw because I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot. So I know my tendencies, and I pay attention to them, you know, because over the course of a year, knowing your tendencies and knowing when you're not operating at peak performance, because this is a performance sport, right? It's a performance business. Knowing where you're not operating at peak performance and knowing when it might be better to sit out because you feel out of sync, whatever. Over the course of a year, that will pay. You know, that will pay. So, you know, knowing yourself is really helpful in trading. Mike said, any shorts looking good from here? There's no pivots up here, brother. There's no pivots up here. This is really, there's no pivots up here. We're totally, like I'm 100, I'm neutral right here. This is totally just, we're just floating. We're just floating. See what we got here. We got earnings today. Apple earnings are today. Anyone know what time they're getting announced? Is it right after the close? What time? But yeah, no short here from me because any setup I see up here, like it will be, I don't know, 52%, not even 55%. Okay, Funny Binges asks a question. Yes, Funny Binges. Yes. If you exceed your consistency, there is a trick. This is not financial advice. I do not recommend or condone this. But I myself, if I had that issue, I'm not saying you should do this, but if I had that issue, what I would do is this is something Matosky came up with. You open the next forward month's contract, which will have a wide spread because it's not liquid. And then you calculate how much you would lose if you buy on the ask and sell on the bid. And then you can calculate how many contracts, minis, micros, you need to buy on the ask and sell on the bid to reduce your profit by a certain amount. And if I were to do that, I would make sure that after I'm done doing it, that I remove that contract from my interface because I wouldn't want to accidentally trade that contract when I'm trying to put on a real trade, because you could get smoked if you accidentally do that. LSG 2012 said, is the giveaway over? No, we still got more giveaways, my dog. Still got more giveaways. 380 people in the house, 294 likes. Guys, smash the like button. Is it too much to ask? It's power hour. We're sitting at all-time highs. I did not queue up the Thinkorswim for earnings. Let me queue it up. Thinkorswim properties. Let me make sure. Okay, Thinkorswim properties. Window, devices, window, Thinkorswim, show Thinkorswim main. Okay, so let's see. Apple earnings. Is there any other earnings after hours that you all want to watch? Or is it just Apple? Let's see. 4x4 stream. BX. Apple. Style. Load style. 5-minute stream. Okay. Here we go. So let's go ahead. You know what else I'll do? I will I'll chart the rocket scooter pivots on this chart so that we have them. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to translate the rocket scooter pivots onto the Apple chart just so we have them there. Because a lot of times they will get interaction. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, I like this. This is going to be fun. Hedge pressure and monthly hedge pressure, both in play. This is going to be a good time. It's fun hanging out with the family. The scoundrels in chat. MHP's 270. You guys are the best. Let's make this orange. Let's label it MHP. Oh, this is cool. We got levels in play. That just makes it more fun. Okay, MHP. That's not really the right orange, is it? We want to be respectful of the rocket scooter orange. Let's fix that orange. There we go. That's almost the right orange shade. To be honest, Thinkorswim accepts HSL, HSV, HSL, RGB, and CMYK. So if anyone knows the exact color code, I'm just kidding. You don't need to know the exact color code, but I'm just trying to get it close. Okay, that's really close. And then hedge pressures 272.5. Hedge pressure 272.5. And then we'll make that cyan. Nice. Look at this. We got levels in play. The beauty of Rocket Scooter. The beauty of Rocket Scooter. Milky's out there being scoundrel-like in chat. Said, code is HS6967. Oh, Gabe said use this study? Oh, you know what, Gabe? I'm going to copy this link and take a look at that later. Thanks, brother. Let me just paste that link that you just gave me. Just want to save that in my browser. Apple liquidity map. Oh, it's only Apple. Okay. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Does that sync in real time every day or what? Or does someone manually update that? 377 people in the house. Hey, Gabe, do you update that, or do you have a sync, some sort of script that you wrote that updates it every day? How does that work? Okay. Let's see what else we got here. You built an automation in Python that scrapes and updates it? Wow, that's cool. You post them daily for ES and NQ? Oh, nice. Nice. Dude, that's cool. I like that. I like that. I like that. You know, I've never drawn the seed zones on Rocket Scooter. I've never done that because I'm kind of waiting for the Rocket Scooter levels to have the integration with NinjaTrader. Maybe one day, just for a little practice, just for a little test, I'll draw the seed zones on Rocket Scooter. That'd be cool. Okay. So we answered the question about YOLOing evals. We answered the question about I don't think if I missed anything. 370 people in the house. There's a free NinjaTrader incoming. Yeah, NinjaTrader, the Rocket Scooter devs are working on NinjaTrader integration for Rocket Scooter levels. That's going to be cool. I think the hardest part of that is the logging in part. The hardest part of that is the logging in part, I'm sure. Because drawing the zones is really easy. Like programmatically, it's easy. And like resilience, all that, like drawing bottom indicators and all that, like NinjaTrader C#, so rendering that kind of stuff's really easy. Okay. 370 people in the house. Hey guys, the likes are getting up above 300. We like that. Thank you so much for being here. I got a new thumbnail. It's me going like this. YouTube likes it. That's cool. Almost at all-time highs. We're right around the all-time highs. Who was surprised about the rippage last night? The market was just ripping. Total rippage. Jacob said, have I heard any update on when Rocket Scooter will be integrated into NinjaTrader? I haven't heard any update on it. I think it's probably... No, I haven't heard any update on it. I would, you know, within the next few months, I would hope. I believe they're doing... there's another platform, I think it's called Go Charts or Go Charting. So they were working on it with that, and then NinjaTrader was after that. So it will, you know, it'll be in due time. Good thing those come to those that wait. I haven't asked about it in a while, but you know what's funny? You know how I always say I'm a routine person? So it's getting to the point where I'm getting so used to having seeds and Rocket Scooter separate that when the integration gets released, now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, dude, like, I don't know, am I going to like that workflow, or am I going to be so used to looking in certain places that maybe it's going to throw me off? I don't know. There will be hopefully there'll be a toggle, so you could toggle it on and off the levels. If not, I have a script in NinjaTrader where I can add toggles for indicators to the toolbar, so I can code it to turn certain indicators on and off with just a single on-off button. But hopefully it has a toggle, because I don't know if I'm going to always want to have the levels up, because part of my routine is looking at seeds, and then I look over there. It'll definitely help for doing explanations, but for my real-time trading decisions, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because I'm in a workflow where my workflow is look at seeds, look at Rocket Scooter. So that's my workflow. So we'll see. Luck Bullet said, you're new to trading. Is gold on an inverse head and shoulders looking on a 30-minute chart? So I don't trade those classical patterns. Let me see, inverse head and shoulders. I don't trade those classical patterns. That's just not my style, but I'll take a look for you. 1 hour shoulder. Oh, I don't have it up. Sorry. I mean, I see what you're looking at. Shoulder. Shoulder, head. I do see what you're saying, but like that's not really. You know, that's not. To me, I would be like, what does Rocket Scooter say? What are the liquidity? What's the liquidity landscape of this? Of that, because to me, like, those patterns, they don't have as much edge as liquidity based trading. So like what I would do if I were you in Rocket Scooter, I would look at GLD and I would say, oh, positive hedge pressure resilience, positive MHP resilience. And if I had been trading gold today, there would have been a really nice long opportunity around lunchtime, right? I would have been buying down here, and then you get this beautiful rally all the way up to hedge pressure. Way easier trading pivots with liquidity behind them than trying to figure out what the liquidity landscape is based on classical chart patterns. So that's just me. You know, that's just me. Like, to me, the easy trade is over. Like, your head and shoulders breakout level would be around here. So you'd be buying through hedge pressure with positive hedge pressure resilience, which is that's fine. That's a breakout setup. But the real edge, the setup on this ticker, the setup on gold that had the most edge today was pulling into monthly hedge pressure. This is the maximum gamma exposure for dealer options. Okay. It's a predictable high volume pivot. You pulled into that level with positive monthly hedge pressure resilience. That is a very high probability trade. That's the way I would be trading it, not based on the head and shoulders. Is it an inverse head and shoulders on the chart that I just looked at? Yeah, it is. But that's not really a setup I would take. No disrespect if you trade those patterns. No disrespect, but liquidity based trading to me makes the most sense because it's the most raw. It's basically like having a X-ray into what's going on with the it's like having a okay, here's how I would describe the difference between classical chart patterns and here's how I would describe the difference between classical chart patterns and liquidity based patterns. Okay, if someone had a broken bone and you needed to like go in and fix that broken bone, if you had the choice between feeling around the bone and then trying to say, okay, this is the landscape, this is the breaking point of the bone, okay, this is what the broken bone looks like. Okay, and you're trying to visualize it, like you're feeling around. Someone's broken their leg and you're feeling around their leg. And you're like, all right, yep, I feel the pattern. This is where the break is. Looks like a bad break. Okay, would you rather do that to try to figure out what's going on with the bone and how you're gonna do surgery around it? Or would you rather take an X-ray of their leg and just look what's really going on? I like liquidity. Liquidity is like the X-ray. Chart patterns is like feeling around the leg. That's I don't know if that analogy makes sense, but to me, like, that's a chart pattern, a visual chart pattern without knowing the liquidity. It's like feeling around and being like, yeah, this is where the bone's broken. Liquidity based strategy, it's like taking an X-ray. It's just, to me, it's way better. Milky said perfect sense. Yeah, hopefully that, I don't know, sometimes these analogies, I don't know where I pulled them from, but that's what I think. 381 people in the house, 384 people in the house. Guys, it's Apple earnings today. AAPL. Nice. Let me just make sure I got that in the Daily Manana said great analogy. I appreciate that. Thank you. I just try to explain things so people understand them. You know, I don't always know if it lands, but hopefully it does. Because those pattern-based strategies and stuff, I almost felt like I was banging my head against the wall with those kind of things. Day trading with Matt's channel. Let me just get in here and let me make sure I'm just gonna add to the description and maybe the title that make sure people we know that we're doing Apple earnings after hours today. Apple earnings, AAPL earnings, watch party. Put that in the description. All chiropractors were just offended. I'm sorry, Luke. Yeah, someone's asking about giveaways. We've got more giveaways coming. We have another prop account to give away, and we might do another. Plus Apple AAPL earnings. Okay. Let me put it here. I'm going to change this to AAPL earnings. Okay. All right, I just updated it. I just want to make sure people will know that we're doing that. Okay. Because scoundrels are going to start. Scoundrels are going to start searching for that. All right. Luke said, just playing. You love the analogy. You're loving the boot camp so far. You really want the rocket scooter system. You just can't get it yet. Hey, Luke, congratulations on starting to take the boot camp. That's really good because the boot camp coupled with rocket scooter, it's really valuable. So congratulations on that. Yeah, get through the boot camp, get an understanding. Tune into the streams. Definitely tune into the morning stream because the morning is like when all the levels are fresh. You definitely want to see that. So tune into Matt's stream as well in the morning. See the levels fresh. See the first interactions with the levels. When the market's more volatile. Like sometimes we'll have a volatile afternoon as well. But make sure you check out the morning show. And we have an evening show as well. It's hosted by Brad, aka Sir Darb, aka Brad. That show is called The Night Shift. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, and it is it's a really good show. Like it's a very active show. So definitely show up to Sir Darb's show, The Night Shift. And then the morning show is hosted by Matoski, aka Matt. He is the inventor of the rocket scooter platform, and he trades exclusively that strategy. And in the morning session when it's really volatile. So make sure you check that show out. It's really good. Okay. Gierto asked, any free content I recommend to learn trading. Okay. So if someone's trying to learn trading, there's two things I think that they need. Okay. Number one is they need to take the Rocket Scooter Bootcamp. It's only $20, okay? Take the Rocket Scooter Bootcamp. And in addition to that, right, in addition to taking the Rocket Scooter Bootcamp and having the Rocket Scooter platform, the only other stuff you would need to know is like just the very basic fundamentals of trading and executing trades. So for instance, like, what is the bid? What is the ask? you know, like how does a stop, or what's the difference between a buy stop order and a market on touch order versus a limit order? You know, the very basics of just execution, those things. But other than that, it's got everything. It's got everything you need. So that would be my recommendation. That would be my recommendation. So that's really all you need to do. Not much to it. Let me fix this here. There we go. Okay. Keith Matthews said, you know your stops are hit when you hear account liquidated? Oh no. Is there really there's not really an announcement that says that, right? Hey, Rod Trades asked a really good question. I really like Rod Trades question. Guys, smash the like button if you haven't already. Okay, Rod Trades just asked a question that I really like. You said, do I use the tick chart to find patterns, identify momentum trend strength, or anything to enter a trade? It's a really good question. Really good question. Okay, so first, why do I not use time-based charts and why do I use tick charts? Okay, that's the first thing I want to answer with that. So the reason I use tick charts versus time-based charts is if the activity really slows down, I don't just want candles just printing time, because I'm a liquidity-based trader. Right? I base every decision based on where's their market participants, where's their liquidity. So to me, tick charts make sense because, like, oftentimes I will say, let me open up a 5,000 tick chart. Oftentimes I will say, like, I want to know if we transact 15 to 50,000 contracts in a stable block. Like, I kind of want to know how much transaction is happening up there. If this was a time-based chart, like, what happens if there's sudden huge amount of activity all of a sudden in a 2-minute period? I'm not going to know that that's any different than the next 2-minute candle that might be really hollow. So to me, right off the bat, that's why I don't prefer the time-based charts, because sometimes the candles are completely hollow and I want to know that, right? So with the tick charts, I know that. And then the second answer is, like, do I look for any particular patterns or anything? No, I don't. But the reason I look at a 2,000, a 5,000, and a 15,000, it's almost just like my level of zoom. Like, if we're at a level, I'm like, I want to zoom in a little bit more, see a little bit more detailed what the, like kind of like watching the tape. I want to watch the price, see if there's absorption. It's kind of like I'll move to a different lower tick chart just so I kind of zoom in a little bit, right? But I'm not looking for, like, oh, this is a wedge, this is a pattern or whatever. It's kind of just basically, I call it like zoomed in, medium zoom, zoomed out. Zoomed in, medium zoom, zoom out. So, like, usually I'm looking at a 5,000 medium zoom. And then I have a zoomed out of it as well, just so I could see, like, oh, you know, what happened yesterday sort of stuff. But yeah, so that's why I use a tick chart. And then, yeah, and then I use them, you know, I use the chart to, like, just monitor what's going on in the trade. But I mean, like, you know, technically, like, if I change this to a line chart, or if I hid these candles, if I made it so I could only see where price is right now, I would probably still be able to trade. Especially if I was watching the whole session. If I was watching the whole session, if I was at the desk for the entire session and I made a point to make sure I was you know, paying attention to the chart the entire time, not setting alerts, I could trade without seeing the candles. I would only need to see where the price currently is, and I would like have a little bit of memory of where it's been in the session, you know? Like I don't, if I change this to a line chart, or if I hid the candles, made them invisible, I just need to know where we're at on the chart. You know. Okay, now Andy asked, guys, some really good questions today. I love, especially on a session where we're at all-time highs and there's no pivots up here. It's cool. People tend to ask really good questions. Rod Trade says amazing explanation. I appreciate it. Hey, no problem, brother. Yeah, zoomed in, medium zoom, zoomed out. That's kind of it. Okay, Andy asked another really nice thought-provoking question. Thank you for your question, Andy. Andy said, what's the difference between trading ES or NQ, or MES and MNQ? I mean, first of all, the only difference between the micros and the minis is just this 10 times size difference. And then what's the difference between ES and NQ? Okay, ES and NQ. So the NASDAQ is obviously the tech index, and then ES is the S&P 500 index. So like the S&P 500 index, it's like the overall market, whereas NASDAQ is just tech. So they're different in that sense. And technically they do move, like they're independent instruments, right? However, they're largely driven, like there's overlap, right? So like the bulk of NASDAQ is in S&P, but there's things in the S&P, like big stuff in the S&P that's not in NASDAQ. So to me, like NASDAQ's not going to lead S&P, but S&P might lead NASDAQ, right? So that's why I keep them both up, even though I execute pretty much all the time on NASDAQ, right? So like let me just start the music. The music just cleared out. Let's go to Bangers 01. So they're different instruments, right? They're not the same instrument. They're different. So it's good to have both up because sometimes ES will lead NASDAQ. And if ES is at a very significant pivot, like if ES is at monthly hedge pressure with positive hedge pressure resilience, that's a strong setup. You know, I'm gonna be really watching to see if I find some confluence in either a seeds level or, you know, maybe their NASDAQ is at a level as well on the chart. But so that's one difference, is that NASDAQ is tech, S&P is the whole market. That's one. Another one, now this one is actually the reason that I prefer NASDAQ, okay? This one is the reason that I prefer NASDAQ. NASDAQ has more resolution. And I always preface this by saying, I do not mean resolution by the moves resolve better. I don't mean that. It has more resolution, meaning, you know how like a screen has more dots per inch? NASDAQ has more ticks, more price increments per distance traveled. So let's just say that NASDAQ and S&P, NASDAQ and ES, let's just say that it's a session where they're kind of moving in sync. If they both kind of make the same move up, there will be more price increments, like ticks, price increments that NASDAQ has moved through versus ES has moved through. So I prefer the instrument that has higher resolution, because one of the things I'm like a little, it's not my edge, but it's a little part of my edge, is like tape reading, watching absorption at levels, just feeling out the overall personality of the market. Like for instance, remember this morning when I was explaining this morning's trade, I said, you know, I was watching the tape, market felt heavy, the flow is really down. It's easier for me to watch that flow on NASDAQ than it is on ES. Market on close in 9 minutes. because there's more price increments. It's a little bit easier to see that on NASDAQ. Neither instrument is better. Neither instrument is better. Andy, oh wow. Oh, Andy K is new. It's your first couple of weeks in futures. Okay. First couple of weeks in futures. Well, Andy K, I will say this, and this is to anyone newer. Congratulations on discovering Rocket Scooter, right? Depending on where you are in your career, if you're new to futures, maybe you're new to S&P and NASDAQ, maybe you're not. But one of the beauties about ES and NASDAQ futures, they're very liquid. So if you develop consistent edge in them, as your accounts grow, you can put on more and more risk, right? They're really liquid, so you could take nice bet sizes. That's one of the beautiful things about them. The other beautiful thing about them is if you like routine, like trading the same instruments every day, that has a lot of psychological benefit as well. When I first started trading, I was trading like in-play stocks. You know, stocks are like, you know, if a stock had like breaking news or something like it was in play, the highest volume stocks of the session. So like every day it might be a different stock. Whereas with NASDAQ, ES, with futures, you can kind of really master the movements of certain instruments and really learn the personalities of them. So those are advantages as well. And each of them has their own sort of personality, right? NASDAQ has more resolution. NASDAQ tends to be a little bit more rapid moving around levels, like, which can be good or bad depending on your trading style and your personality. But they each have their own distinct personalities. And then the other thing that's cool that you kind of just discovering this is that this particular strategy, it's got really good edge. But if you just stick around and you watch it, you will notice that like every day is different. So you'll start to get a feel for how to trade around the levels, how to read the auxiliary indicators like resilience, like hedge pressures and all that stuff. So, that's cool. If you're just discovering futures, you're in a really good place. There are people out there who trade futures and trade the indexes with like price action strategies and stuff. And some of them do okay, but I feel like people who trade liquidity based strategies, trading around high volume pivots, trading around liquidity, I just feel like it's the most consistent. So when people kind of discover it early in their career, it's really nice for them because they don't learn bad habits. So good for you that you're here. Can I explain the Rocket Scooter chat and the numbers and how and where you can get those? Yeah. So Rocket Scooter, this platform on the left, it draws the pivots at the beginning of the session. I'm just going to give a real brief overview because then you can kind of take it from there. It draws the pivots at the beginning of the session. And then there's also like these extra indicators. They're called auxiliary indicators. But essentially, they just help you derive whether the levels are going to be support or resistance. And then there's this little diagram. You can see it's like right here on my screen. That little diagram is like an instruction manual on how to trade around the levels based on where they are on the chart today. And then at the top, the little text on that diagram helps you understand how to size the position. So it's a whole platform and strategy. You don't need to learn how to draw the lines, they're drawn for you. And then if you want to trade that strategy and learn about what all the numbers and stuff are, there's a boot camp. It's only $20. The link's in the description. And you can learn that whole strategy. The strategy has really solid edge. It's undeniable. I was already trading my own system before I discovered this. And then I tested this and I added it to my workflow because the strategy and the levels, they have a lot of edge. And that basically means like statistical edge, meaning if you trade around them and you trade, and you kind of, there's some discretion, but if you trade around them and you trade the strategy, it's like the odds are in your favor. It's like playing roulette and 68% of the numbers are black and the rest are red. And you can kind of just wait for the dealer who has that wheel to show up, and then you just bet black, and you're betting with positive edge. That's what it's like. So, and then to get the platform, the link is in the description as well. The link's in the description as well. Telemonto said, any problems connected to NinjaTrader today? No. I didn't have any problems. I'm just going to answer Jake's question because it's really quick. Jake said, how do you add live futures data to the Rocket Scooter platform? All right, here's all you got to do. You've got to have an account with a broker that supports CQG credentials for use with an API. Most of them do it, but some don't. For instance, NinjaTrader doesn't. The two most popular are AMP and Optimus. AMP is the most popular because it has the lowest minimum deposit. I think it's $100. Then when you sign up for AMP, you ask them for CQG credentials to be used through the API with Rocket Scooter. They will give them to you. And then in the Rocket Scooter platform, you click the little up arrow at the bottom. Like people said, it's called a chevron. And then you go to connections and you enter those credentials here, and you would have access. One other thing on that, when you want to bring up the ticker, I find it very difficult to like type it in exactly. So when you want to bring up the ticker for the futures, click here, go to risk interval DD, choose the contract, and then choose the correct month. Okay. Did I just do NG? I meant to do NQ. Choose the correct contract and month, and then just click on it, and it will populate it to the top. So you don't have to type in f.us.enq. You know, who wants to do that? Just get the ticker down here. All right, that's how you do it. It's Fly Dice said, you'd rather find a negative count on a 7-shoe deck and play blackjack? I don't know. To me, if roulette was 68% black, that's a lot easier. You just stand there and just bet. Like that's how you trade. You know, your edge shows up, just place the bet. You know the setup's got edge. You know, you might lose that trade, but you know over time, it's going to work out in your favor. Great questions. Now, Rubber asked the question, if you have 2 to 3 accounts with the same firm, is it best to trade one to completion, then the next account, or switch off and move them up together at basically the same levels so they all pass in nearly the same time? Rubber. Okay, great question. This will differ for everyone. There's no right answer to that. There's no right answer to that. There's market on close. There's no right answer to that. You could separate them and say, oh, you know, I really like this setup, I'm going to trade more accounts on it. Or I'm not that confident in this setup, I'm going to trade less accounts from it. Or I'm just going to trade this one account, and then when I'm done with it, I'll trade the next account, sort of thing. You could do that style. Or if you're really confident in your edge and your ability to size positions correctly, you might want to trade them together. You know, it depends on how consistent you are as a trader. Because if you're inconsistent and you trade them all together, you know, if you're looking to pass them all at the same time or make money on them all at the same time, it also means if you blow them, you're going to blow them all at the same time. So the answer to that would depend on how consistent you are as well. And like just your methodology for managing risk. Neither is right or wrong. If you're less experienced, I would probably say, you know, maybe trade them one at a time. Not financial advice, but like if you find it, if you're really consistent and you're like, well, if you're like very confident you're going to pass it, then it's like kind of like, okay, well, if you're that confident, just trade them all at the same time, sort of thing. So that's individual to each trader. People are saying Apple's starting to move. Okay, so since we are getting to almost Apple earnings, I think I'm going to bring up the Apple chart. I had it closed for a while. I'm going to bring it back up. NASDAQ would need to pull in 200. No. Yeah, NASDAQ would need to pull in 250 points for any setup to really be available for me. Okay, let's go to a 1 minute chart on Apple, because I know people love to see the whippage. Gabe said you get more bang for your buck while learning by taking it slow. Yeah, like, you know, if you're not, you know, like if you're taking an eval and, like, you know, you're very confident that you're going to pass it, then you probably can trade multiple at a time. But if you're the kind of person, like, you know, you fail the evals a lot and you're still kind of figuring out how to trade and stuff, I definitely wouldn't trade them all together, because it's just gonna, you're just gonna, I don't, you know, I think it's kind of what Gabe said. If you're learning, take it slow. There's no rush. There's no rush. Because once you figure it out, you know, then the money will come. There's no rush before that. If you try to rush learn trading, you're gonna get smoked. You'll get smoked. All right, Apple's down to hedge pressure. Apple's down to hedge pressure. Let's see what we get here. Guys, we are going to do a giveaway in the after hours. Apple earnings coming up. Apple earnings coming up. We're going to do a giveaway after hours. We did an after hours giveaway yesterday. We're going to do another after hours giveaway today. It's a My Funded Futures 50K rapid account. Andy said, so patience? Yeah, like patience, you know? Like, patience, yeah, patience. Because you got to remember also, with futures, you are learning how to trade the most liquid, like, it's super liquid. It's competitive, right? But if you can learn to trade consistently a liquid instrument, dude, you got it made. So, of course, it's going to take time, but it's time well worth it. It's time well worth it. Kay said, what's happening? Apple earnings. It's Apple earnings, guys. Earnings bonanza. There was crazy earnings after hours yesterday. A beautiful setup formed. A beautiful setup formed yesterday after hours. Today, I'd be shocked if we really pull into any zones. But, hey, crazier things have happened. Yeah, Kasich, it's Apple earnings. Here we go. Look at this. Apple pulling into MHP. Apple pulling into MHP 5 minutes before the close. Is this profit taking because people don't want to sit through, or is this people scooping up puts? And we all know there's probably insiders who already know the information. They're positioning themselves. The market is rigged. We did a whole talk on it last week. There's too many human beings in the chain that is the market for there to not be cheaters out there. It's why I don't look at the earnings numbers. I just know that there's earnings, so I pay attention to the catalyst. But whether they're good earnings or bad earnings, I just trade the chart. The info doctor said, not trading advice, full port short. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it is stuck between hedge pressure and MHP. High volume in the sell-off. Shenanigans. Market at all-time high. Yeah, I don't know. Who thinks we're gonna tap down? Who thinks we're gonna tap? Who thinks we're gonna crack through the lows and then recover MHP and then rally? That would be cool. Wouldn't that be cool? Crack the lows, remount MHP up the head. I think it's gonna be some whippage because there's a lot of volume around here. Hedge pressure and MHP. Same as yesterday. Man, I wish Thinkorswim had seconds-based charts so we could really go full degen and watch like a 5-second chart or something. I know the scoundrels in chat would love that. Type the room shows up in chat if you're a scoundrel. Thank you so much for being here, guys. It's a good time. After hours last night was fun too. Jeff Kahn said he thinks it's gonna Jay Wilson said tiramisu. Jeff Kahn said SPX opens 100 point down. Oh, into MHP. Oh my god. We're getting excited here. The earnings shenanigans. I also like watching earnings, because I just know that there's some degens out there just getting smoked, and then some degens out there just like elated, dopamine hits to the brain. YOLOing accounts. Like, you just know during big earnings that there's just shenanigans going on around the world. So just knowing that like, as things happen, there's people out there that are like, ugh! Or like celebrating. There's people. Just the human connection, knowing that energy is all going around the world. It's just the shenanigans. I find it fun. King said at this hour it's just straight gambling. Yeah, but don't forget, if the whippage is happening and then your setup forms, you can get good trades. Like yesterday during earnings, it went into a really high probability level, and we got a great trade. So, the setups with edge do show up during these crazy events. One of the things that helps me time my trades when things are going crazy is price velocity, right? Because yesterday, if you were here, type 0.8 in chat if you were here yesterday when it was taking like 0.8 of a second for NASDAQ to cover 5 points in price distance, because that's what price velocity is. Price velocity flatlined. It was actually like 0.3 of a second. See, look, all these people were here. They saw it. Price velocity flatlined, which meant that NASDAQ was taking like a few tenths of a second to cover 5 points in distance. And it stayed there. Price velocity stayed flatlined for a few minutes. And then all of a sudden it started creeping up to 2 seconds. So it's taking NASDAQ 2 seconds to cover 5 points in distance. And then it popped up to like 3 seconds. Market started to stabilize, right? The gambling part of the setup was over. And then we pulled into a level. Price velocity was stable. And then we got a really nice trade, right? So tools like that help in times like this. Okay, so right now you can see the whippage. NASDAQ is taking 2 seconds to cover 5 points in price distance. Look, price velocity. You can see the whippage right now. That's the close. 2.33 seconds. All right? These are times where price velocity comes in handy. See when things are stabilizing. Look at all these people that were here. Thank you so much, guys, for being here yesterday and being here again today. I'm so humbled that you all hang out here. It's really a good time. I really enjoy it. All right, 4 seconds. Look, markets finding some stability already. Earnings. Don't forget, if you're here, we've got another giveaway. Ain't no partying like the after party. Yeah, I should turn off my that light back there so it will get like dark in here. Let me dim it. Let me dim it since it's after hours. Stand by. QQQ chains, they're choking my soul. Rat race grinds got me losing control. Prop firms my shot. I'm learning the game. Rocket scooters calling. Fueling the All right, guys, we're in after hours mode. All right, that's a little bit too dark. Hold on. Let me brighten it up just a little bit. After hours. We're after hours, baby. Look, this is the after hours party. This is cool. After hours. Look at this. It's dark and gloomy in here. This is a look at all the magenta. It's cool when you turn off that other light. 370 people in chat. What's up, guys? Jack's in chat. Nina's in chat. After hours. Beatrice said, did I go for a line? You crazy. This is good times. Look at this. This is good times. Oh, the lights. Let me see if the remote works. We can really see the colors at this time. Look, this remote is dead. Dead. It's one of those remotes where, like, if you leave the battery in it, it just dies. I can't change the color. Unbelievable. Anyway, we all like magenta. Look at that MHP hold. Rocket Scooter's the best. Look at the MHP hold. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't think the actual number has been announced yet. Because when the number gets announced, I do expect that price velocity will flatline for a second. I don't have a price velocity specifically for Apple. I could code one, but oh, look at that. Look, you can see my browser window light. Look, as I move the window around on my computer, because it's so dark in here now, look, you could see when I move it over on my face. That's funny. Relax5 said Apple's not till 4:30. Is it really not till 4:30? Well, you know what? My girlfriend, she's traveling again. She just left. So, whatever. I'm just gonna hang out with you guys. We'll watch the Apple earnings, and then well, we won't, but I'm gonna get sushi again. I'm gonna get sushi. The last time she flew out, she just flew out to where'd she fly out to? Last time she was in Korea, but no, she didn't. Today she flew to Chicago. No after stream walk today. No, she left. And like sometimes I'll go for an after stream walk on my own, but sometimes I'll go for an after stream walk on my own, but I'll drive to get sushi today. And I don't know if you guys were on earlier, but I cleaned the garage. I was finished cleaning the garage today, so that was kind of like I got a lot of steps in while I was doing that. So I'm not. Let me see. What's the temperature out? Oh, if it's really nice out, I might go for a walk still. Let me see. What's the temperature out? It is. Oh, it's 78 outside. I might actually go for a walk, but I'm gonna wait till after the earnings because I don't know. I like the lights dim down. The magenta background's really. Like, look, I really look like a streamer now with all those lights in the background. This is like peak stream visuals with the lights and stuff like that. This really looks like, you know, like I've been doing this for a long time. This is cool. Milky's off to bed. Hey, take it easy, Milky. Thank you for being here, brother. If you're still here, thank you for being here. We've got another giveaway that we're gonna do during this after hours. It's a My Funded Futures 50K Rapid. My Funded Futures 50K Rapid. Thrive says, what does my girlfriend do for work? She spends my money. That's her full-time job. She like designs interiors for certain buildings. She does like specialized interior design stuff. She's amazing though. She's such a good person. She's really she's a very sweet, humble, loving, appreciative person. She's really wholesome. She's a wonderful person. She's a wonderful person. Mario, that's my girlfriend. We've been together 5 years. 5 years. She's amazing. Don B. Don B. That was really funny. Don B. Sometimes a comment will like catch me off guard, and I just, it's just like a jerk response. I crack up. John B said, blink twice if she's behind you. No, she's sweet. She's really sweet. And she's really, because I'm a very literal person, so she understands my personality really well. Because I'm like very literal, So like she knows. I'm very literal. Like, cause sometimes she's away and she'll be like, "Do you miss me?" And I'll be like, "No, I don't miss you yet." Like, and like when we first started dating, it took her for a while to get used to how brutally honest I am. But now she knows. Like when I say I miss her, she knows I like mean it. And I told her, like, because when she travels a lot. When we first started dating, and sometimes she'd be like, do you miss me? And I'd be like, no, not yet. And I told her, I was like, but sometimes I miss you really early. So she just left today, and I started missing her within like 3 hours. So like I text her, I said, oh, I miss you, babe. But like, she knows. She knows that when I text her and say I miss you, she knows I mean it. Because like sometimes she'll be away for like 4 days. And I don't really like chatting on the phone all the time. She'll tell me, she'll be like, hey babe, do you miss me? I'll be like, no, I've been busy. I haven't had a chance to miss you yet. But she knows when I say I miss her, she's like, oh wow, he misses me for sure. But yeah, she's the best. She's the best person. Best person I know. All right, 21 minutes. So 21 minutes till Apple earnings. I know we have some people in chat that weren't here right at the start. Hey, the camera kind of looks this is kind of a cool look. This whole darker vibe. It kind of looks cool. We've never done this before. Who likes this kind of, this is real moody. It looks cool. Like I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, oh, this looks really cool. Dark mode, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm always all in black or gray. Okay, 5 o'clock shadow. Hey, so I was gonna ask chat a question. Was because not everyone was here. I was wondering, did anyone hit? Look at the left side of the screen, Rocket Scooter. Did anyone hit bull zone bottom and then scale in at bear zone top? Anyone catch this reversal? Who caught that? Who caught that setup? Who out there caught that? That was a nice setup. It took a while to turn around, but... Andy said, do I stream here all in the afternoon or all day? Hey, Andy, I stream in the afternoon. There's three shows on this channel. There's the morning show, which starts at 8:30 Eastern. It's hosted by Matt, aka Matoski. He's the inventor of the Rocket Scooter platform, so he has the morning show. And then I have a show on this channel, the Neon Cucumber Show. It starts at 1:30 Eastern until the close. And then we have a third show on this channel, and that is Sir Darb, aka Brad, aka Sir Darb Show. His show is called The Night Shift, and that show is at 7 p.m. Eastern. So each show has its different vibe. The morning show is the inventor of the platform. He trades exclusively Rocket Scooter, and it's also, the morning session is the most volatile, so it's the most active, so definitely check that out. The afternoon session, I trade Rocket Scooter alongside Neon Seeds, and it's usually it's a little bit more conversational and stuff, because sometimes in the afternoon there's no setup, sometimes in the afternoon there is a setup. It just depends on the session. There was a setup Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week, but like today there was no setup so far. Tomorrow, who knows? Sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes there'll be a week where there's no afternoon setups, you know? So it's kind of, it's just a different vibe. We kind of hang out, we talk about things, go deep dive into questions. Sometimes there's a setup. And then in the evening, that's the evening vibes. There's trading the Rocket Scooter overnight pivots, right? And then again, depending on the session, sometimes it's volatile. Sometimes there's not a lot of activity. It just depends on the setup. And another cool thing about the night show by Brad is that he is the author of a lot of the songs that we listen to on the stream. So he'll debut songs sometimes on that stream. And it's also just a really cool, you know, it's like evening vibes. Each show has its own vibe. So check out all the shows. Check out all the shows. They're all, you know, they all got their own vibe. They're all cool. A-Plot said, what do I make of all-time highs today with NVIDIA being down almost 5%? So I can give a nice answer to that. So everyone's strategy is different, okay? Some people, someone said, hey, Neon, do I know what Darb's nickname is? Well, Darb's name is Brad. Darb's name is Brad, and then his nickname is Darb. It's Brad spelled backwards. John Wick said you wanted to say you love being here, or you love me being here. Oh, John Wicks, thank you for being here, brother. We appreciate you. Okay, go back to A-Plot's question. What do I make of all-time highs with NVIDIA being down 5%? Okay, so every trader is different. Something about me is I suffer from decision fatigue. If too much information is presented to me and I don't have a lot of statistics around how to read it, it kind of stops me in my tracks. So I tend to not be someone who like some people have a separate screen up and they'll have Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, NVIDIA, like they'll have the big names up and they're kind of looking for confluence on what those names are doing. And they use those to help them trade their indexes, right? Some people trade like that, which is totally fine. But that gives me decision fatigue. So the way that I trade is I rely on the setups that I know have statistics, and I rely on the fact that I know that those names are represented in the indexes anyways. So I'm just confident in my ability to read the indexes on their own. And then also with the incorporation of Rocket Scooter into my strategy, it gives me even more of a confidence that I've got all my bases covered, because like if DD ratio is less than, if DD ratio is going down, I know that that indicator is, it's basically watching all of that stuff for me. And then Rocket Scooter does have a feed where you could see like if a stock is moving down through half gap, stuff like that. But I rely on those auxiliary indicators. It's almost like that's my version of having to watch all those other things. So like today, like I haven't looked at NVIDIA. I had no idea NVIDIA was down 4%, and I had a fine session. So my thoughts on NVIDIA being down 4% with the market at all-time highs, it's not something I had thought about. But now that you're asking me, because now obviously, now I know, because someone said it, my thoughts would be, you know, my thoughts would be, now this is a dangerous thought, right? My thoughts would be, oh, wow, NVIDIA's down and the market's at all-time highs. Oh, wow, that might mean when NVIDIA recovers, the market's going to go crazy. But it might also mean that NVIDIA is a little bit out of sync with the overall market, and maybe the market's going to follow NVIDIA, or maybe NVIDIA is going to follow the market. I don't know. I mean, you could see I can't really put together a thesis based on it, which means I don't know. I know it's a long answer, but the reason I'm giving the full answer is because it's very important to note that everyone would interpret that kind of stuff differently. My interpretation is I have no edge, because I haven't seen 1,000 times that NVIDIA is down 4% and the market's at all-time highs, you know? But like there's certain setups and stuff that I've seen 1,000 times. So those are things that I can confidently talk about. Oh, we got a donation. John Wick Trades. Oh, donation. John Wick, thank you so much. Amazing. John Wick, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. 12 minutes till Apple earnings. John Wick with a donation. So cool. Guys, for those of you who don't know, these donations, we buy the person donates a boot camp from the community, and then the Rocket Scooter company donates 3 in conjunction. So this is going to be, this is going to end up, because the exchange rate, 10 euros, I believe that's going to be around 1 boot camp. So now we're at 22 boot camps. Oh my goodness. We could start to do a boot camp giveaway bonanza, because I do them 1 at a time. I don't do them like 10 at a time sort of thing. So maybe tomorrow we'll give away a few boot camps from that. John Wick, thank you so much. And right off the rip, we're going to give away a boot camp right now for that donation. Let's let me reset the tool. Type boot camp in chat if you're interested in winning a boot camp. Thank you so much. That's really cool. That's awesome. The room shows up. We got a lot of new people in chat. Good to have you here. Still got 360 people hanging out. You guys really stayed for the after hours party. That's fun. I appreciate that. Guys staying for the light. The lights are dimmed out. We're having a good time. Hey, John, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. The donations are really cool. It's a sign, like, people do that. For those of you who are new here, people do that because, like, people want other people to take the boot camp. Is my camera still focusing? No. People want others to take the boot camp because it's so good, you know? So it's so good. Adventure Rigs, you're at work. You're just hanging out with us. Hey, we appreciate you, brother. Good to have you here. Hey, John Wicks, I really appreciate the kind words. Thank you, brother.
Screens bleed red, NASDAQ's flatlining.
Rubber said I don't eat on stream. No, I don't eat on stream. Should I start eating on stream? Do the like eat a cheeseburger on stream? That would be fun. Skydoc said, do I ever have red weeks or red months? Red weeks, definitely. Like red months are very, I don't remember my last red month. I don't remember my last, no, red months, not in a long while. But red weeks, yes. Red weeks, yes. I had a red week. My last red week was in, I think it was the beginning of February, maybe. I had like 6 or 7. I had a lot of bad reads in a row. I think 7 bad reads in a row. And I wasn't bothered. Like red week, that's totally normal. And even if I don't have a rough time, it's very easy. Like I've been really in tune with the market this year. You know, I've been really in tune with the market this year. So you know, but red weeks are totally normal. They become less frequent the more consistent your edge is, you know, like, you know, they become less frequent, especially, oh, one other thing, there's one other reason why they're not so common for certain kinds of traders. If you trade with a lower risk reward ratio, I trade with a 1-to-1, or actually a little bit less than 1-to-1 usually. So that means that the probability of my consecutive losers is lower. Whereas someone who trades with like a low accuracy but a high risk reward, that person will have frequent red weeks, but they'll have huge green weeks. I don't have huge green weeks. Like my green weeks month to month, like they're pretty, you know, like my equity curve is pretty smooth. It's not like, it doesn't have huge run ups and then drawdowns and then huge run up. My equity curve is kind of like that. But I will bring up this, visual, just so like when those red weeks come or when the red streaks come, I always refer to, oh, it's hidden for a second. Let me just close Thinkorswim. It's this chart. I'm just going to bring up Thinkorswim again, but I just want to flash this chart. It's the probability of consecutive losers in a 1,000 trade sequence. I do that because I know that it's statistically, no matter how solid someone's edge is, they're going to have a bunch of bad reads in a row. So I keep a copy of that on my desk printed out. That way, when I have, and it happens a couple of times a year usually, I'll have a string of like, I'll have like 7 losing trades in a row, 8 losing trades in a row. And that's why I keep, like, I've had a copy of that on my desk for a long time. Because it helps me not go crazy. And it helps me just remind myself, hey, these are just the stats realizing themselves. Like, there's times where I'll take setups that are my edge. My edge shows up. And they'll be, like it happened in January. I had, I think, 7 losing trades in a row. And I'm just like, well, you know what? If you trade with like a 65, 70% accuracy, that's going to happen a couple of times a year. That's just the statistics. That's the pure nature of statistics. So, you know, those are things to keep in mind. But if you're a trader who trades with low risk, high risk reward, low accuracy, you're gonna have probably 1 or 2 red weeks a month. You know. But if you trade with like 1-to-1 and you have 65, 70% accuracy, it's, you know, it's hard to have 3 red days in a row. It's not going to be common. Carlos said, anyone gonna gamble Apple? Oh wait, hold on. Wait, we got another donation. Hold on a second. Bill Shoemaker, the bull. Bill, wow, we got another donation. Hold on a second. Hold the phone. I don't know where that term comes from, but hold the phone. Hold the phone. We got another donation. Hey, Bill Shoemaker the Bull. Are you still here, Bill? Hopefully you're still here, because I just saw that. Thank you so much, Bill. That's amazing. I appreciate that so much. Bill, thank you so much, brother. All right, so we are now at 26 BC. At this rate, we're gonna be a century back. This is amazing. Hey, Bill Shoemaker, thank you so much for the donation, brother. Thank you so much for the donation. All right, type boot camp in chat. We're giving away a boot camp right now. 3 minutes till Apple earnings. Another boot. Oh my God, this is the first time I've had multiple donations all at once. This is so cool. John Wicks with another one. John Wicks, thank you so much. That brings us to 30 BC. 30 boot camps. And I don't know what happened in 30 BC the year, but it's 30 BC. That's a year, and that's also a number of boot camps we got to give away. John Wick, thank you so much, brother. This is cool. I love it. It's the After Hours Club. Let me just real quick do this drawing here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a winner. Let me hide the chart. All right, Deepak, you won the boot camp, brother. Type something in chat. Type something in chat. I've got to minimize this. I got to minimize this because earnings is about to happen. We don't want to miss it. Thinkorswim, bring Thinkorswim back up. Deepak, are you here? Deepak Chadurai, 6436. Hey, congratulations, brother. All right, click the link in the description for the Discord. In that Discord, go to the Claim Your Win channel, and then you'll fill out a form, and our mod will hook you up. So you click the link in the description for the Discord. You go to the Claim Your Win channel in that Discord, and then the mod Slacks will hook you up. Congratulations. After the for those of you who are still here, after the whippage, after the oh, here's the whippage. Okay, we're into MHP. Guys, look at price velocity flatline. Look at flatlining price velocity. NASDAQ is covering 5 points in price distance in 9/10 of a second. 2 seconds. Okay, NASDAQ starting to stabilize already. We're through MHP. 2 seconds for NASDAQ to cover 5 points in price distance. 2.5 seconds. Look, it's doing exactly what we thought. It's clearing the lows. Where's my Thinkorswim hole? I'm trying to bring it up. Where'd my Thinkorswim chart go? Oh, here it is. Oh, look. The whip is just so hard that I'm getting this little spinning wheel. Look, you guys see the spinning wheel? There we go. The whippage was so hard that the Mac gave me the spinning wheel. All right, MHP getting remounted after clearing the lows. What did we say? We said let's clear the lows. Let's remount MHP and let's get the hedge pressure. That all just happened. That's funny. That's funny. The whippage, it just looked like that was what was going to happen based on the chart's layout. Imagine if there was an option where you could be like, hey, will this exact thing happen? That would have been nice odds. That would have been nice odds. Sweep the low, remount MHP, tap hedge pressure. That's a nice. All right. Poly market. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken that bet though. Like it was just a fluke that happened, and that's what we said we thought might happen. That's a fluke. Like if I guessed that kind of thing 100 times, I bet it will happen like 5 times. That was just pure luck. Okay. Oh, Keith said Keith looked up what happened in 30 BC. The death of Cleopatra marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Helsinki region, kingdom. Elimination of rivals. Ptolemy Caesar. Look, Wikipedia for the win. The whippage is happening. NASDAQ is stabilizing already. This is becoming a non-event, guys. Whatever are the numbers out? The numbers are out, right? Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. I can't believe it did do exactly what we said. Swept the lows, remount hedge pressure, monthly hedge pressure, cleared hedge pressure. Oh my God. I should have bought some options. The numbers are out. What a whippage. What a whippage. No, this is kind of a non-event for 2 reasons. Okay. The market's already making it back to the range that it was in intra-session, right? That's number 1. Number 2, there's not a lot of volume transacting compared to what we had for the earnings yesterday, right? You could see like there was 20 million volume near the close, and now there's barely any volume. That's number 2. And then number 3, look at how much impact it's having on NASDAQ. Almost none. Because if you were here yesterday, you know that when earnings came out, price velocity was flatlining for a couple of minutes, maybe more. NASDAQ was flying around like crazy, right? What did you see today? So people are talking about bots. Something's going on in chat. What's going on in chat? Are you guys fighting with each other? I don't know. I just looked at chat. I see some people arguing. All right. Anyways, so okay. So price velocity spiked down, and then it quickly stabilized. So NASDAQ stabilized within like 30 seconds of the NASDAQ stabilized within like 30 seconds of the earnings being released. Whereas yesterday, NASDAQ was destabilized for like minutes. Very, like, I think it might have been more than 5 minutes. It was a while. NASDAQ was totally destabilized, and price velocity was like under 2 seconds for several minutes. So, like, I find it very hard to interpret stuff like this without price velocity, because I rely on it so much for context. That's like my X-ray. That's like my X-ray into these little things that are happening. For those of you who are stuck around, I'm going to watch the whippage for just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to do our final giveaway. Thank you so much for sticking around for the after hours party. It was fun. Still 365 people here? Dude, you guys are the OGs. You guys are the OGs. Like, seriously. Smash the like button if you didn't already. let's do our final giveaway. The family, you guys are the best. Such a good family. Such a good family. But this action represents that whatever the earnings that happen, like, there was no surprise. Like, the chart basically says that the market's like, oh, yeah, we knew that. Because it had no effect. All right, let's go ahead and bring up the giveaway engine. Reset your tool, boy. All right, giveaway engine's up. We need suggestions for the code word. Let's get some suggestions for the code word. Also, I would just like to thank everyone for, we get some really good questions during the show. So I want to thank everyone for the thought-provoking, just participating, asking these questions. We had some really good questions. Thank you so much. I always enjoy answering them because, like, I know that there's probably some new traders in chat. There's people who, like, you know, trying to find their way. So it's cool. You know, it's cool to kind of help provide information to those people to, you know, help guide them on their journey. Let's see what we got. I know this is lame. But my system for picking out a code word is picking out the one that just jumps out at me. And I'm sure you've noticed it's always random. Sometimes it's something weird like socks. Sometimes it's something that makes sense contextually, like flatline yesterday. And sometimes it's just something weird. So the code word by Sean G63 is code word. The code word is code word. Why? Because that's the thing that jumped out at me. I can't control what jumps out at me. It jumps out and I just grab it. So, code word is what jumped out. So the code word is code word. I know that's a dad joke kind of thing, but listen, that's what jumped out, so that's what we're going with. The rule is, if it jumps out, grab it. That's what we use. For those of you who also stuck around, don't forget about Brad, aka Sir Darb, aka Brad. His stream is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, is it Thursday? Is it Thursday? Oh my God, it's Thursday already? This is the last stream of the week for Brad. Until Sunday. Well, Sundays, I still say Sundays this week. But, so his last stream is tonight, and then he'll have a stream on Sunday. So make sure you tune into that show. The Night Shift is the name of his show. It's cool. Code word is code word. 2 minutes and 52 seconds till we do the drawing. We still got people hanging out. It's very, very cool that everyone stayed after. 363 people still around. 379 likes. We might even get to 400 likes. Depending on if anyone can juice that up. 21 likes away from 400. That's cool. That's cool. One day, maybe we'll just like listen to music and we'll stream up until Darb show, and then we'll kind of hand it off to Darb. That would be cool. Like after hours, you know? And then basically everyone just goes right over to his stream. That'll be fun one day. All right, let's talk about what the account is. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you use code SCORE, S-C-O-R-E, when you're buying prop accounts, you get a discount. And that code, in some cases, gives a better discount than the default code on sites. So make sure you use it. It does two things. It helps the channel, so we can give away more accounts. And also, it gives you the discount. So It's kind of a win-win-win. Okay, so this is a My Funded Futures 50K Rapid. My Funded Futures 50K Rapid. I'm not going to bring it up. I know I brought it up earlier on Prop Score. I'm not going to bring it up this time because I know some people are watching the earnings chart. But I'm going to bring it up myself on Prop Score and just read what the specs are. Let me go to Prop Score. Okay, so it's a My Funded Futures 50K Rapid. So I'm going to go to Prop Score. Then I'm going to go to Firms, My Funded Futures. And this is a 50K Rapid. So accounts, My Funded Futures, 50K Rapid. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know if this got shuffled around or what. This is really high. Okay. It's a 9.9 prop score and it's a 9.7 simplicity. So it's a really good account. It's a really good account. And for those of you who don't know, prop score, I know we talked about it earlier, but prop score is a site that mathematically, using a math model, assigns a prop score. It's like a credit rating for a prop account. And basically it helps you understand when accounts are good, bad, whether they're, like if they're on sale, if they change the rule to maybe try to hide something, that kind of stuff. Southern Partisan said, let's spin already. Whoa. Whoa. Southern Partisan. It's your world. We're all just living in it, brother. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for being here, brother. We are just going to spin already. He's getting impatient. Let's spin. Let's bring up the giveaway engine. It's your world, buddy. We're just living in it. All right. Giveaway engine time. 7, 6. Southern Partisan said, don't listen to me. You're onery. What does that mean? Grumpy? Does that mean grumpy? My girlfriend does have the patience of a saint because I go on rants. Okay, here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a winner. Casio Casio, use a winner. Type something in chat. Rigged. Type something in chat. Use a winner. Hey, congratulations. Casio's in chat. Click the link in the description for the Discord. Go to the contest channel. Message the admin name Slacks. Oh my God. That's just still part of my memory. Click the link in the description for the Discord. Go to the Claim Your Win channel. We got to rename the channel to contest or something. No. Go to the Claim Your Win channel. Fill out the form. And then Slacks will hook you up. Congratulations. Use a winner. Mike H said your army didn't win. Apple back at the lows. Let's bring it up. Giveaway engine. There. No, that is where'd Thinkorswim go? There we go. Apple's back at the lows. Are we gonna gap up tonight? I don't know. What the hell? I would prefer if we pull in a little bit. Tomorrow might be a tricky session depending on where we open up. I try to remain fluid session to session, but something's telling me tomorrow's going to be tricky. I had a really solid week considering the areas we've been trading in. Yeah, we'll see. Something telling me tomorrow's gonna be tricky, but who knows? Maybe I'll smash it out of the park. We don't know yet. That's the end of the stream. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Oh, yeah. New month. It's a new month, isn't it? It's a new month. Yeah. The info doctor. Thank you for that, brother. Yeah, it's a new month. I think tomorrow might be tricky. I don't know. Might be tricky. It's first day of new options, and then you got decay over the weekend. Yeah, tomorrow might be tricky. Tomorrow might be tricky. We'll see. We'll see. All right, thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It was a blast. Friday the 1st tomorrow. Adam K's in the house. Until tomorrow, I'm out, but make sure you go to Sir Darb stream tonight and Matoski stream at 8:30 Eastern tomorrow morning. Darb stream is at 7 p.m. Eastern. Rogan Lamb said, thanks, Neonitis. Neonitis. Until then, I'm out. Peace.
Screw